it going? I know y'all never see me on here on Saturday. I just woke up today and said, let me go talk to some folks. See how y'all doing today. I think it is letting me go live on Facebook. Let me see if I'm there. I can't believe it makes me sad that Diane Keaton died. She was one of my favorites. She was one of my favorites. I don't, if you can see me on Facebook, let me know. Let me see. Trying to screen share Chrome. Close. So am I sharing on? Am I sharing? Connect, complete post details. I'm just trying to see how this works because we're going to be going live on here a lot. Complete post details. Yeah, she was cool. I look stunning. Thank you. You can see me on Facebook? Where? Whereabouts? Let me see. No, I don't see me. I don't see me. I'll have to figure this out. Okay, I'm following the steps. Happy Saturday. I went to my follow-up appointment the other day. Let me see if it'll let me go live. Oops. Let's see. Add a group. Let's do our Heal by Blood Type group. If you guys are not in our Heal by Blood Type group, you should go and join. That way you can stay in the loop. Jordy, I'm trying to go live on Facebook and I don't know why it won't let me. Because I can use my webcam. It says to complete. Let me move this over. It says to complete the thing, share to my story. What else do I need to do?
Screen share.
Because it made me. Hang on, guys. Thank you, Yvonne. Why do I need to create an event? The red light is on up there, so that's what I'm saying. I don't. I am live on YouTube, but I thought I had to go live on YouTube and it made me share my YouTube. I had to go live on YouTube and share my screen on Facebook.
Well, you can't go live on this or on Facebook if you're already live on YouTube.
It made me do that, is what I'm saying. That's why the screen was sharing. You have to be on YouTube to share your YouTube screen with Facebook. Go back and I'll show you. Go up. See where it says to use the webcam. Go down and start screen share. Because that's the only way it let me. I'll keep fiddling with it. I'll just keep fiddling with it. If I figure it out, then there's no need. As soon as I open my Instagram, you popped up. Glad I have not seen. Wow. Yeah, I've been around. Let me see if this works. Share. Sharing this tab with Facebook. We'll just leave it and we'll see if it shows up. Okay. So I went to my follow-up doctor appointment on Thursday. For those of you that haven't seen me in a while, I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. I've been sick for a long time, thinking that it was my lungs, thinking that I had maybe some type of new COVID or something. Nope. And I just kept progressively getting worse. And that had been going on for some months. So when it progressively got worse, it was just swelling in my whole body, but then it started getting in my legs, and it was very prominent in my legs. So I had to go to the hospital. I went to the emergency room. And let me just give y'all some advice. If you are feeling weird or out of sorts or this, that, and the other, I don't care if you have insurance or not, take your ass to the hospital. Because legally, they have to take you. So don't let the fact that you don't have any insurance keep you from going to the hospital. That's what they want you to think. Because I just got my bill in the mail and it was a big fat zero. I just got my bill in the mail and it was a big fat zero. I owe them nothing. Guess how much the bill was? $36,000. $36,000. Y'all better go take advantage of the shit that's sitting there. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of every social program that we have before it's gone. Because you don't have any insurance. I didn't have any insurance. But guess what I do? Pay fucking taxes. Everybody's so against socialism, but everybody needs fucking socialism. Okay? Everybody's so against socialism, but everybody needs socialism. I think, you know what I think? I think people don't know what these isms are. I don't think y'all know what fascism is. I don't think y'all know what communism is. I don't think y'all know what socialism is. I don't think y'all know what any of these isms are until you need an ism. Because right now, with the government shut down, y'all all over here in these damn bread lines getting some food. Y'all over there getting some free food, aren't you? That's socialism. But y'all are against socialism until you need an ism. Okay? The minute y'all need an ism, you all, let me go. But it's okay when you're hungry. It's not okay when someone else is hungry, right? It's okay when it's okay when you're hungry and you get help, but it's not okay for somebody else to be hungry and need help. Y'all gonna have to stop thinking like that. This is why the country is the way it is right now. This is why the country is the way it is right now. Because you don't want it unless it's for you. Right? You don't want nobody else being helped until your ass need help. Right? Your parents fled from Cuba, from Castro and communism. Okay. And they rebuilt their lives. Well, your parents about to get sent back. So if you're telling me that you voted for that guy, your ass is about to get surprised. So when you hear that knock on your door, y'all same people that fled communism are the ones that voted for this shit that's going on, and they picking up Cubans as we speak. No way. Okay, we'll see. You better hope they don't knock, whether you voted for them or not, you better hope they don't knock on your door, because your brethren voted for them. Your peoples voted for them. Yeah, that's some shit. That's crazy to me. Because listen, all of this shit right now is just to round up black folks. These white folks don't know the difference between Haitians and regular black folks here in America. They don't know the difference. You will vote for him every time, best president ever. You're a bot. It doesn't matter. Because y'all already see through anybody that still votes, that still supports him, you're a bot. You're not even believable anymore because y'all people are your people have turned against you. The worst thing that's gonna happen is when your folks turn against y'all, and it's coming slowly but surely. It's coming because y'all can't be out here fucking with the military like y'all fucking with them. Y'all can't. I just saw the guy who's over the Federal Workers Union going the fuck off, going all the way off in the rain, soaking wet, saying it's about to be some trouble. It's about to be some smoke in the city. This man looked like he fight on the weekends for fun. I just love it when left just woke Democrats go nuts because Trump is cleaning up. Cleaning up what? What's he cleaning up? What is he cleaning up exactly? Bon, you want to come up on the live? Let's add Bon. Let's see. Let's add Bon. Oh, you only got 29 followers. Oh, you can't go live. Is that the problem? Well, let me save you the trouble. Let me go ahead and block your bot account. Okay. It's okay, boo. You'll be all right. If Michelle Obama had run instead of Kamala, let me say this again. If Michelle Obama ran instead of Kamala, she would have won. Why? Why would she have won, Cynthia? Cynthia, do you want to come up and share why she would have won? Because there's nobody that's more qualified than Kamala Harris. Michelle Obama was the wife of the president. Even though she has a law degree, it doesn't mean she's more qualified than Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris had 34. Oh, no, you don't want to come up and debate? Oh, okay. You should stop making stupid comments because Kamala Harris had 34 years of government experience. She didn't get there by sucking dick. Black women don't get to higher ranks from sucking dick. That's y'all's job. We don't do that. We go to school. We work our way up. We don't work our way up from our knees. That's what y'all do. Harris didn't lose. It was stolen. She didn't lose. It was rigged, and you know it. You know it was rigged. You know how I know you know it was rigged? Because you didn't say nothing about it. There was no fighting. There was no nothing. Because he had laid the groundwork with that bullshit with the whole stolen thing. He laid the groundwork for it. It was totally rigged. It was that he used up Elon. That's why Elon was pissed. Elon was gonna go to jail. He's like, hey, this works out for both of us. Let me go ahead and rig this shit up. That shit was rigged. But the only reason that there's no smoke in the city is simply because we are not savages. We know that laws exist for a reason, but we're dealing with people that are lawless. We're dealing with savages. We're dealing with people that literally went to the Capitol, tore it up, and shit on people's desks because that's what the nasty shit that y'all do. That's the nasty shit. I don't know why y'all think it's funny to be shitting on stuff. What is that? Y'all love to piss and shit on stuff. What is that? That's savage shit. Poop, hands, smear on walls. That's crazy. Then get a pardon. The only reason that y'all are still behind this man is because y'all are scared. This man has wanted to be a mob boss his entire life, and now he is a hillbilly mob. A hillbilly mob. He's leading a hillbilly torch in hand. We know how to burn down towns mob. Biden should have pardoned his own son. Are you fucking nuts? What has Hunter torn down? Hunter was a drug addict. You got drug addicts in your family right now, Miss Cynthia. You got drug dealers, drug abusers in your family right now. How many people has Trump pardoned that had previous felonies, that have went out to commit more felonies since being released? You don't know that. You're stereotypical. What am I stereotypical? Stereotypical what? Miss Cynthia, you can certainly come up and debate me, but I don't think you have the balls to do it. Stereotypical what? Were you trying to complete a thought? I'm stereotypical? Let me tell you something. If I'm the president and my son gets in some trouble, I'm damn sure gonna pardon him. Who the fuck wouldn't? You stupid as hell to sit there and say, first of all, y'all don't even you don't even want your sons are out here shooting up the place as we speak. Saying because I'm white, I must have a drug addict. That's funny, isn't it? Because y'all say that all the time about black people. Cynthia is upset because I'm white, I must have a drug addict in my family. Look at how the roles have flipped. Look at how the roles have flipped. Y'all been saying that about black people this entire time. Y'all been saying we was on crack for 20, 30 years. Look at how the roles have changed. Look. So fun. You live long enough, you see some shit flip-flop, don't you? Look at how the stereotype has changed. Who changed it? Middle of America is fentanyl heaven. Middle of America is crystal meth heaven. Frying it up in the pan. Yeah, TikTok closed down my main account. It's like they do on everybody. Yeah. Y'all kill me acting like because you're white, you're better. You're not. You're not. I would never say anything about your family. You could say it, but it's probably not true. Why are you upset about something if it's not true? You can say what you want about my family. That shit don't get my blood pressure up. That shit does not get my blood pressure up. For those of you that are new to me, I don't have a problem discussing black-white issues. It doesn't embarrass me. It doesn't give me any type of angst or anger. I don't feel no kind of way about it. I'm going to talk about black people and I'm going to talk about white people, but I'm mainly going to talk about white people because no one does it. If some truth needs to be said about some white folks, I'm going to say it. You can get offended if you want to. I don't give a fuck. Because y'all spend y'all lives in everybody else's business and your kids are out here doing some dastardly shit. And I'm going to hold a white bitch accountable for her kids. If your kids is out here ripping and running, doing all kinds of crazy shit, shooting up schools and shit, I'm going to hold your ass accountable. Your ass should be in jail. You out here acting like you should be women at lunch and drinking wine in the fucking afternoon. You should be paying attention to what Timmy doing in his fucking bedroom. You just letting Timmy do whatever the fuck they want to do. Next thing you know, oh no, not my Timmy. My Timmy didn't do anything. That's exactly right. They're mad because we're not mad. Look out here. Look at what's going on in the world. Every last one of these people out in the streets acting stupid got a white mama sitting at home denying that her son had anything to do with it. Every last one of these white men in Congress got a mama somewhere sitting around like, yeah, that's my son. He's doing the right thing. 85% of the registered sex offenders are middle-aged white men. They all have moms. Where are the moms? Where the white mamas at? Come to the front. Come to the front. Y'all always want to talk about there are no black dads in the family. The white dads are in the household and your kids are still shooting up the place. So, and here's the thing. The dads in the household The dad is in the house, so where's the black dads? Where are the white dads? The white dads are in the house diddling your kids after midnight. The white dads are beating you up. So is it better to have a black dad in the house that's diddling my kids and beating me up, or me being a fantastic single mom and raising my kids? Because your white dad is in the house and your kids are still out here acting a fool. Why aren't them kids doing better? You got these white dads, all of it. And the thing about it is, white women get divorced more than anybody. Y'all love that stereotype. Y'all love it. But it's not true. It's not true. Y'all out here on welfare. Why y'all on welfare? If you had a dad in the house, you wouldn't be on welfare. Right? Why y'all on welfare more than everybody else? Because you don't have a white dad in the house. Because white dads be trading y'all asses in when y'all get 37 to 40. Trading you in. Like an old fucking Toyota. Trading your ass right on in for the next 26-year-old. And that 26-year-old got a kid that they're diddling after midnight. Thank you. Anybody want to debate me? You not selling your trash vitamins anymore? Yeah, I am selling my trash vitamins. The thing is, my trash vitamins make me over $200,000 a year. You're on welfare. My trash vitamins make me over $200,000 a year. My mama is still better than you. I'm better than you, Lisa. That's your problem. I'm better than you. My kids are better than you. Any unborn kids that I would have had is still better than you. Oh, I have a dad. He's just dead. And it don't matter if I had a dad or not. My dad is still better than yours. Because my dad never diddled me after midnight. Let's see how many followers you have. Let's see how many followers you have, Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa, please come up and debate me. Gosh, I really, really want to debate a white woman. Look at you. Come on up. You ashamed to even show your face. You ashamed to even show your face. Please, please. Come on, Lise. Come on up. It's Saturday. You don't got shit else to do. Please invite me, Biggie Smalls. I will. You don't even have enough people to go live. So come on. Let me see if I can add her up here. Ooh. Here we go. Got to turn your camera on though. You're too ashamed to show your picture, so you got to turn your camera on. Let's see what you look like. I guarantee you I look younger than you. And I'm 56. Make sure you turn your camera on. I've invited Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa's talking shit. Rise still roses. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Where you at? Come on, Lisa. She can come up if she can come up. I don't care how she come up. She can come up here limping. She can come up here in a wheelchair. She can come up here with her food stamps. She can come up here. Come on. Come on. That's what I thought. Anywho. Let me just give y'all a warning. white mothers, my advice to you is pay more attention to your kids than you pay attention to black people. If you started paying attention to your kids, maybe they wouldn't be out here in the street doing the shit that they're doing. Most of the white kids, their biggest issue is that they feel ignored by their parents. That's your problem. Because you're so busy paying attention to what black women are doing, you ignore your kids. That's why your kids do shit for attention. So where are the white dads? Where are the white dads? Where are they? Y'all always trying to look over there, look over there. No. The spotlight needs to be put completely on you. Every school shooter has a white mom. Most of the mass murderers in this country have a white mom. Where is she? The minute our kids do something, the spotlight is on us as parents. Why isn't the spotlight on them as parents? Why you got 3, 10, 9, and 8-year-old kids out here doing diabolical shit to a little black girl? And they can't even hold these kids accountable because these kids are too young. Throw their parents up under the jail. Throw the parents up under the jail. Because the minute your kids don't show up at school, whose door are they knocking on? If your kids are truant at school, who's held responsible for your kids not showing up at school? They will hold parents accountable for that. But you mean to tell me that your 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds can be out here bullying people and doing crazy shit to other kids on buses and no parent is held accountable? They need to be held accountable. Okay? So don't come over here with that whole where's the black dads shit that y'all done rehearsed in the mirror. Where's the black dad? Where's the black dad? The same place the white dad is. Trash. Because the black dads I know take care of their kids. The black dads I know take care of their fucking kids. But y'all got the same dad problem, because if you didn't have the same dad problem, you wouldn't be on welfare. How come there's no good white man out here working as hard as he can to make sure he pays all the bills in the house so you can be a stay-at-home trad mom? How come? Where he at? Where the good white men at? Everybody's always focused on good black men. Where are the good white men at? Because if we look around the country, ain't no good white men. If we look around the country, ain't no good white men at this point. You're a good white man? How? Describe what it is to be a good white man. Give me the attributes of a good white man. Give me the attributes. Yeah, the hate is being taught at home. You know what? A line came up to me today. Remember when people were always like, oh, eventually the races will die out and then how are they going to die out? The reason we can't tell the difference, we can't tell the difference between good white men and bad white men because y'all all wear the same uniform. Nothing is ever going to die out when it's handed down from generation to generation. It's just like saying bad eating habits are going to die out because the generation before us died out. No, if those recipes are handed down to the next generation, it's never going to die out. Racism is not going to die out. All right. You keep saying you're a good white man. I need to know what are the attributes of a good white man so I can recognize him when I see him. There's no reason an 8-year-old kid should be a racist. how does an 8-year-old, I'm a good man in general, not because I'm white and I have great black friends. Well, the minute y'all say that y'all have black friends, here are some phrases that make me not trust white people. Oh, some of my best friends are black. I grew up around black people, right? I don't see color. The fuck? What you mean? The minute a white person says they don't see color, you should stay far away from them. Because a white person should see color. They should see it. I want them to walk on eggshells around my fucking color. I want you to mind your tone and your manners and your speech around my fucking color. I want you to be on your best fucking behavior around my fucking color. Because there's shit that I'm not going to allow you to do, and you're immediately going to get checked if you do it. So that I don't see color shit, flush that shit in the toilet. You better see it. You better see it, because the shit you do around your white friends, you better not do around me. I'm just saying. We need to stop handing down this thought process. What thought process? Which one? Which thought process is that? That racism is going to die out? It's not going to die out because it's taught. Racism is taught. No one is born racist. You have to be instructed on what. Let me give you an example. Okay. When I lived in Nigeria, I was going to places that other Nigerians didn't go. Okay. They wouldn't go. They never been in their entire lives of living in the country. So when I would tell them, oh, I went to the village, I went to Archukwu, I went to Bende, I went to Ohafia, they were like clutching their pearls like, holy shit, weren't you afraid? And I was like, was I supposed to be? You do not know what to be afraid of until you are taught what to be afraid of. You do not know what to fear until someone tells you what to fear. That's the thing. If any of those Nigerians would have said to me, you shouldn't go to Archukwu because it's scary, or it's this, or it's that, I'll be like, fuck it, I'm not going to Archukwu. But think about how many things you're missing out on because somebody told you it was scary. Did your family teach you to be afraid of cops? No, they sure didn't. Why would I be afraid of cops? My family didn't teach me to be afraid of cops. I'm in a totally different generation than you. Generation X was not taught to be afraid of cops. That came later. We was out here gallivanting, partying, having a good fucking time. Okay? We were not given the be afraid of cops thing. But it's a very real thing to be afraid of the cops. I just was never taught to be afraid of the cops. So to this day, I'm still not afraid of the cops. Exactly. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Right? You know what my family told me to be afraid of? White people. And in particular, it was my Uncle Whitty. My Uncle Whitty handed me a copy of Malcolm X, the autobiography of Malcolm X, me going from my junior year to my senior year of high school. Changed my life completely. If white people just happen to be cops, then I'll have a problem. It was very hard for me to teach my black sons that cops could be dangerous. I believe that. But y'all need to understand, being a cop is a job. Being a piece of shit person. There's a lot of people out here doing shit that they're people. Being a cop is a job. Okay. Who's the person when they take off that uniform? That's who I fear more than somebody that just has on a fucking uniform. Okay. Because that person can still be a piece of shit racist person that wants to harm me. I believe that more than, oh, all cops are bad. If all cops were white, then yeah, I would say all cops are bad. But I see black cops doing the same shit. I see black cops doing the same shit white cops be doing. Because they have that little fraternity. And if you're not going to be as shady and corrupt as they are, they're going to make your job real hard. So I know black people that's like, oh, I want to get in, I want to become a police officer because I want to change the system from the inside. They end up changing that person. That's just like you getting in a relationship with somebody that smokes and drinks and you don't smoke and drink. Who you think is going to end up smoking and drinking as time goes on? Do you honestly think you're going to... Shut up, Fats! Get out the window, Fats. I don't care. Stop all the back talk. Fats, shut up. Go downstairs. If I get up and yoke Fats, don't be surprised. If you get into a relationship with somebody that drinks and smokes, but you don't drink and smoke, I can guarantee you, after a while, you gonna be smoking and drinking. You are not gonna stop them from smoking and drinking. You are going to end up smoking and drinking. Same way at the cops. Black people join the police force. They start out with this good heart and these good intentions, but eventually, it's motherfucking training day. Everybody ain't gonna be Ethan Hawke. They're gonna be like, oh, this is how we do it. This how we rough up people. They're gonna end up just like that. And I see it all the time in these videos with these black cops. Just like you got these black ICE agents out here doing the same shit white ICE agents are doing to people. And we're more shocked by it. Aren't we shocked by it? Y'all can't tell me I'm the only person that be like, look at this shit here. Look at this shit here. Just like they said, black cop showing out for the white cop. It's more shocking and jarring for us to see black people being savage. It is the person in the uniform. Because traditionally, black people are not the savages. We're not the ones. It's just a narrative that they've given to us. We have yet to burn down a city. We have yet to go out here stringing people up in trees. We have yet to do any of that shit. It's a narrative that they like to hand down to justify the shit that they do. Period. Y'all still out here doing the same old shit. Yes, I do still teach about blood types. But more importantly, I teach about heart health more than anything now because that's what's killing us the most. And that's what I have gone through most recently myself. Okay. But you also need to understand what is giving us the heart disease. The number one thing that's giving us the heart disease in this country is allostatic load. Allostatic load is all of this external shit going on in the world. We are walking around stressed, full of anxiety. That is what's raising our blood pressure, and that is what is damaging our hearts. The number one killer in America is heart disease. Okay? Yeah, let's keep Saturdays for these incendiary topics no one wants to talk about. Because in order for us to do anything in this country, we're going to have to talk about this shit. Y'all going to have to stop being so sensitive. It's not the black people that are sensitive about race issues. It's the white people that are sensitive about it. And y'all have to accept that shit. And you also need to accept that this is our view. This is how we have been treated. This is our experience. So you can't sit up and debate us about what our experience is. Y'all love to downplay our shit. Perfect example. Y'all know I always give y'all examples, right? Jordan and I were bowling the other day. We go to our favorite place. Blacks can be careless. What does that even mean? Careless how? Blacks. I hate when somebody says blacks. I'm gonna start saying whites. 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 I'm gonna stop saying white folks and just start saying whites. The whites. Blacks can be careless. What the fuck does that even mean? Careless how? Give me an example. Because I give examples all the time. So we're in our favorite bowling alley. And if it's not full, we like to bowl away from other people. It's not full. All these lanes are open. We want this lane all the way down here. Right? So we get the lane all the way down there. And the next person that comes in, they put them right next to us. And they know we hate that shit. So I go up to the desk and I said, we've been through this several times. We come here all the time. Can y'all please move us over to lane 65? We don't want to be near the next person if it's not packed out. Right? Bots are careless. So, he's like, yeah, let me move you over to 65. We move over to 65. The next person that comes in, they move them right next to us. Now, the people that they move next to us the first time, they're a white couple. And so when they see us moving, they're like, we hope you don't, And so I was coming back from the desk and I saw Jordy chatting with them and they said the same thing. Like, we wanted to be away from everybody because there's nobody here. We wanted to practice our bowling without disturbing anybody and no one disturbing us. They wanted the exact same thing that we wanted, but we're the problem because we gonna speak up. And he did it to us again. I said, let me just go ahead and wrap this shit up and get the fuck out of here. And did. Because now you're playing with me. Because you got all of these empty lanes and every single time you put them right next to us. It's like white people cannot help but be in black people's business. Y'all feel some kind of way when you see black people off by themselves. Do you think that we're planning a revolution or something? Do y'all think we putting in plans for an underground railroad? Like, what the fuck do y'all think is going to happen if 2 or more of us are congregated together? Oh, they're making plans. We need to have somebody over there listening. Plans to do what? I'm already free. What's the plan? The one thing that they are. The one thing that we want in this country is to be left the fuck alone. We ain't asking for no special treatment. We ain't asking for nothing other than to be left the fuck alone. Leave us alone. Why is that so difficult? You want to go out in peace. You want to go to dinner without some bullshit. We want to go to bowling without no bullshit. We want to drive in traffic without no bullshit. We want to go to the job without no bullshit. We just want you to leave us the fuck alone. If I'm not talking to you, you don't talk to me. Doing great. You just can't help but poke the bear. And then when the bear rip your fucking head off, you're like, oh my God, the bear. The bear's vicious. You go from villain to victim just like that. You go from villain to victim. Poke, 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 poke. Poke, 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 poke. Rah. Ah! Shit's nuts. It's sociopathic. It's like, as a people, You're a sociopath. You said, and in the restaurant, don't take me to the damn back. Exactly. That's why everywhere I go, I say, I want to be over there. I want to be here. I want to be at this lane. I want to be. Why not? I'm paying my fucking money. I want what I want. I want what I want. Just because you don't speak up don't mean I'm not going to speak up. I want to sit right there. I want to bowl right there. I want to be right there. This is a good table right here. We'll sit here. And then sit your ass down. The fuck? They want your money. They want your money. Right? What they gonna do? Toss you out? Anybody tossing nobody out of nowhere? Hey, anybody tossing nobody out of nowhere? At the buffet, they switched my table from where I was, where the whites were sitting, and put me in the colored people's to get. Well, you lying. I know you lying, Joe. I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. Here's the thing. I will get a fucking refund. I will get up and walk the forgive me my money back. If I've given you my money, I want it back. I don't want to speak to the manager because I ain't coming back in here. Whenever you ask to speak to the manager, that means you want them to improve upon what it is that they're doing wrong today. That gives the impression that I'm going to come back here someday and I hope you've made these improvements. I ain't walking my black ass up in this stank motherfucker ever again. Do that shit just like they did in Players Club. I hope you don't make another dollar in this raggedy motherfucker. That's how you leave. I want you to be Diamond talking to Dollar Bill on her way out of the Players Club. For those of you that have never seen the Players Club, that is your assignment for the weekend. That's how I want you to leave. I want you to beat some bitches' asses too before you go. I want you to beat up Ronnie and Tricks. I want you to knock somebody the fuck out and then cuss out Dollar Bill and then leave. That's what I want. Okay? That's how you exit the building. The minute you think there's some racism going on, take your black dollars and get your black ass out of there. Y'all gonna learn today. The only way to fix a situation is money. All of these businesses don't eat the food. All of these businesses want your money. They would love to have your money without you. They would love to have your money without your presence, but that's not what's going to happen. Right? So they tolerate your presence just to get your money. So you're going to tolerate my presence today. And you're going to kiss my ass for these funky dollars too. Exactly. And we need to understand that. We make them billionaires. We keep their doors open. We do. So why are we kowtowing down to them? They work for our money. They're open because of our dollars. If Target didn't teach y'all nothing, if all the shit that y'all see right now ain't teaching y'all nothing, this is why I said everybody that is considered essential workers with this government shutdown, you need to stay your ass at the house. Because it's mainly black folks. Did y'all hear that they're raising taxes on homeowners? Did y'all see that they're putting an additional federal tax on homeowners that already pay state property taxes on your home? Who y'all think that's gonna hit the most? Who y'all think they think it's gonna hit the most? All right. Who do you think they think it's going to hit the most? They're raising taxes on single parents, they're raising taxes on homeowners, and they're raising taxes on people that received scholarships to go to school. Who that sound like to y'all? Who that sound like? Who y'all think? Who y'all think they targeted with that? Who has been brainwashed to believe that we're supposed to go to college and become homeowners in order for us to participate in the American dream? Who do you think that is? Because single black mothers out here making $80,000, $100,000 owning homes and shit. Single black mothers received scholarships to go to school to get that $100,000 a year job that they now are able to own their home. Who do you think that is? I wouldn't run for office because I wouldn't be fair. I'm biased. I'll tell y'all that off the rip. I'm not going to run for office because I would be out here protecting black people's interests. That's all I would focus on. I'll tell you off the rip. Because black people's interest is everybody's interest. That's what y'all don't seem to understand. Everything that black people fight for in this country benefits everyone. Everything they fight for, white people, is for them alone. Think about it. Let's think about it. Exactly. And they're laying off even more people. Name one thing that black people fought for that everyone didn't benefit from. I'll wait. Latinos what? Latinos get to decide whether or not you're black or white. You get to decide that. There's a whole lot of Latinos out here passing right now because you think that proximity to whiteness or being whiteness is going to be easier for you. Let's be real. Let's be real. There's a whole lot of y'all out here passing right now. Name one thing that black people fought for that everyone, including white women, don't benefit from. What right? What law? Them Asians too. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Every single thing that black people have put their bodies and minds and spirits into fighting for. Our bodies were on the front line of these things. Everyone in the country benefits from it. To this day. More others benefited from DEI than black people did. Black people benefited the least from DEI, and you made that the poster child for black hiring. You made that the poster child. Black people benefited from DEI less than everyone else. You know why? Because we were already qualified. We were overly qualified for the job, so we never needed to benefit from DEI. We had our credentials walking in the door. We didn't need no affirmative action. We didn't need DEI because we were overqualified for the job. But then y'all wanted to make that the poster child. Oh, it's DEI. It's a DEI hire. Who the fuck is a DEI hire? Who? I can guarantee you, if you put down a black woman's resume next to anybody's resume, black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Asian, don't matter. Her shit is going to be chef's kiss. Guarantee. And that's why y'all mad. That's why you're mad. I've always been the only black person in the room. Always. It had nothing to do with they needed a black person on the team. It had everything to do with I'm more qualified than everybody that you got on the team. So now what? I'm more qualified than your team. You got to hire me. Because who's better? So all the shit that they make up about us, you know why? Because we are, this is the truth. And I know this is going to be hard. I know this is going to be hard to hear. The truth is, we're the best. We're number one. 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 Number one. I don't know why that's so difficult for y'all. Because guess what? Everything will be running smoothly if you just let us run it. Duh. Everything will be running smoothly if you just. It's so funny that during slavery, y'all trusted us to raise your kids, put our big black titties in your kids' mouths and feed them. All of a sudden, we can't be trusted. Exactly. They do take money in the name of culture. You said being overly qualified doesn't mean that people being qualified doesn't mean that. What are you saying? That non-blacks will hire you. That's why affirmative action and DEI is put in place. I don't know what you're saying. Being overqualified doesn't mean that being qualified doesn't mean that non-blacks will hire you. That's why affirmative action and DEI was put into place. There's no guarantee that anyone's going to hire you, sweetheart. But people have more of a problem with white women than they ever have with black men. Let's think about this for a second. They wanted to give black men the ability to vote before they gave it to white women. I'll say it again. They wanted to give black men the ability to vote before they gave the ability to vote to white women. Why is that? And yes, they didn't respect any woman. Okay? So the thing is, black men don't measure up to us. And that's sad. Because there's a whole other topic of let's set these traps to get them in prison to fuel the prison industrial complex. That's a whole other live. But I don't think y'all know this about me. I did who's heard of the Willie Lynch syndrome? Who's heard of the Willie Lynch letter? Put in the comments if you've heard about it. Put in the comments if you've heard it. Okay. I did a whole documentary on the Willie Lynch syndrome. The Willie Lynch letter was this letter. You said it's not higher education, just social work and office jobs. What do you mean? What's not higher education? I don't understand what you're commenting on. The Willie Lynch syndrome or the Willie Lynch letter was this guy. Now, a lot of people will say this is not real. A lot of people say this is just something that was made up. Okay. But there's this guy that was supposed to be able to train these different plantations on how to run their slaves. Okay. He's supposed to be such an expert on running the plantation. And so his whole thing was you have to divide people up and pit them against each other. Let me bring it up for you. Because you see, that's what we're living through right now. That's what we've always been living through. Whether it's made up or not, that's what we've all been living through. Willie Lynch. Crap. Hold on. Willie Lynch. Syndrome definition. Willie Lynch syndrome is not recognized as a medical condition. It is possible that you're referring to Lynch syndrome. Oh, that's a medical thing. Let me go to the Willie Lynch syndrome. So basically, also, it teaches you how to hate yourself as a Black person. Okay? It teaches the slaves self-hate. Letter. Let me just type in letter. Okay. The Willie Lynch letter is an alleged speech from 1712, purportedly offering methods to control African slaves through psychological manipulation. However, historians widely regard this as a hoax with no credible historical evidence supporting its existence, which to me means it's real. The Willie Lynch speech, also known as the Willie Lynch letter, is an address purportedly delivered by a William Lynch to an audience on the bank of the James River in Virginia in 1712 regarding control of slaves within the colony. In recent years, it has been widely exposed as a hoax. Sure it is. Hispanics don't choose to be white or Black. They just are. It's a color, honey. What's a color, honey? Honey's a color. Y'all do choose to be Black or white. You do. First of all, Hispanic is not a race, sweetheart. Did you know that? Did y'all know that? Do you know the reason that I'm saying this to you? Okay. Because on any application, it says non-Latino whites and non-Latino Black. Okay. If you are a Black Latino, you would be Black. If you are a white Latino, you would be white. Okay. So they're asking white people, are you white with no Latino? Are you Black with no Latino? I think you're just being sensitive. I think you're being sensitive. Your Latino wouldn't be mixed, ma'am. I'm talking about how it is in America. That's why it's on the form. That's why it's on the form. I think you're just being sensitive. Why are you being sensitive about your culture? Latino is an ethnicity. It is not a race. If you want to say what race you are, you would either have to be a Negroid, a Caucasoid, a Mongoloid. Which one would you rather be? Which one are you being? Which one are you? Are you a Mongoloid? Are you a Caucasoid? Are you a Negroid? Which one are you? All this other stuff is all made up stuff. Okay? All this other stuff is made up stuff. So you choose who you are. So what do you check on the form? What do you check on the form, ma'am? Anywho. So Willie Lynch, his advice was exactly white, because you're acting real Karenish right now. You acting real Karenish. No, because the Spaniards came over and tried to breed out all of the Blackness from these Hispanic people. what our skin color is. So y'all just go around calling yourselves cinnamon and honey. So your skin color is Hispanic? Your skin color is Latino? I have had boxes of crayon, and not one of those crayons is labeled Latino. Not one of those crayons is labeled Hispanic. I love when people of color use racist logic. You're emotional. Yes, I have. And they're black. That's what I'm saying. Black Hispanic people are black. Period. Y'all the ones that be trying to make yourselves all differentiated from everybody else. For what? For what? Because you hate yourself. Because you hate yourself, because there's colorism in every single culture. You want to be white. Period. Stop answering so fast. Think about what you're trying to say and calm yourself down. Slow your heart rate down so you don't get too upset by the truth. The truth is either you black or you white, because everybody that look at you is going to say she's black or she's white. Y'all love to say, oh, I'm not black, I'm Dominican. The fuck does that mean? There's not one Dominican crayon in that box. Y'all need to learn the difference between nationality and race. Y'all think that your nationality makes you a race, and you're slow. You're slow. Okay? Just like you're South African doesn't make you black. You can tell I don't have diverse friends. I don't, because I don't need diverse friends. I don't need diverse friends. Why do I need diverse friends? For what? You act like you know what we think. I don't care what you think. That's the problem. I don't care what you think, because you're thinking wrong. Because when these white people see you, all they see is black and white. Period. Y'all the ones that, I'm Cuban. What race is Cuban? What race is Dominican? What race is Haitian? What race? Y'all don't have no problem saying Haitians are black. But when it comes to these Hispanic places, y'all want to be special. Because y'all light-skinned blacks. Y'all light-skinned blacks. That's all you are. You're light-skinned blacks. Period. You're black. You're black, boo-boo. I'm sorry that's hard for you to swallow. You're black. You're black. Oh. Surprise! You're a Negro. Why is that so difficult to accept? Nuh-uh. So if you're saying that you're not a Negro, you're white. Nuh-uh. You're acting like you're upset being black, ma'am. You're acting like it. Period. You're just a light-skinned black. Why you bringing up all these diverse friends if you're not upset being black? Why I need diverse friends? Those are just people from different countries. Those are people that have different cultures. Okay? Even within black culture, we all have different subcultures. Nice try, boo-boo. Nice try. You keep on using that skin lightener, though. You might get there one day. You just keep hoping and praying one day that you're going to wake up white. Good luck. Okay? Every last one of these You go look at Indians, you go look at all these different places. They all have colorism. All of them. All of them. The lighter you are and the closer your proximity to whiteness, the better you're received, the better you're perceived. Even in American Black culture. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. So even on the plantation, the reason that the house niggas and the field niggas didn't get along is because of light-skinned. That was a division that still is prevalent to this day. Then you want to pit this is the Willie Lynch syndrome. This is the Willie Lynch letter. Then you want to pit the young against the old. This is all the whole psychological manipulation, okay, that still works today. First thing out of y'all mouth as a young person is calling somebody old. Like, that's a problem. I am 56. I am honored to have made it this far as a Black woman in America. Y'all think that getting old is a problem? You should hope and pray that your ass get old. Like, otherwise, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? So you don't want to get old? That's crazy. That's crazy. I am a heterosexual pro-Black man, but encourage Black women to date interracially. I don't, particularly with white men for better financial status and position in society. I do not. I do not believe Black women should be dating white men. I just don't. Because if you think about it, Black women and white men are the power structure in this country, whether y'all want to accept that or not. We are the two number ones in this country. Okay? We are the top power in this country. White women are not regarded as high as white men, and Black men are not regarded as high as Black women, period. And there is absolutely no reason for Black women to date white men. None. There are enough Black men to go around. Stop acting like, oh, we've run fresh out of Black men. I'm not falling for that propaganda. No, thank you. No, thanks. Again, propaganda. That's what they want you to do, because they want you to breed Black people out. That's what they want you to do. Because now you got a bunch of interracial kids that white man is raising to be racist against his own people. He's putting those same racist ideologies in that brown girl's head. And now you got a bunch of brown Republicans running around. That's the whole long-term goal. And y'all are falling for the bullshit. They're going to have a bunch of Candace Owenses running around this motherfucker. Absolutely not. I like my baby hair with baby hair and nostrils. Okay? There are enough Black men to go around. Just like there were enough Black men to go around on a plantation. You only need like five or 10 of them on the plantation, and you have 100 women knocking out slaves. Okay? Y'all act as if we need these Black men to be in a household. Because if that was the case, how come Nick Cannon ain't at his house? How come what's his face that got that flicked ass hair, Cameron what's his face, whatever his name is? We don't need y'all to be in the house to raise good kids. We don't need y'all in the house, but we need Black kids. Period. You ain't never gonna see me sign on for that shit. Cam Newton, that's his name. Black men out here all day, every day, creating broken homes, but white men are doing it too. How come y'all don't have a problem with them Kardashians being baby mamas, but you got a problem with Black women being baby mamas? How come y'all don't have a problem? Those Kardashians being baby mamas. That younger one didn't even get married. She didn't even try to. She just out here having honey-colored babies with white minds. Honey-colored babies with white minds. How come y'all had no problem? Exactly, because they got money. And contrary to popular belief, most Black women as single mothers got money. Oh, I got this off of Amazon. Just look for the glass 64-ounce tumbler thing. Y'all had no problem with them. No, but even though they have money, y'all give the same flack to Haley, whatever that girl's name is, as a single mama, Keke Palmer. All of them girls got money. Y'all give them flack all the time. So it ain't about them having money. When you see a Black chick out here having a baby by herself that has her own money, y'all got a problem with it. How come she ain't with the dad? And y'all don't say that shit about Kylie Jenner. How come y'all don't say that shit about Kylie Jenner? Keke Palmer got enough money to raise her kid. If I had enough money to raise my kid, Keke Palmer did. If I had enough money to raise my kid, Hallie, whatever that little mermaid name is, she got enough money to raise her kid. It's not about money. It's about race. And it mainly be Black folks talking about, I can't believe she ain't got no dad. Listen, if we look at the history of this country, illegitimate kids is what built this country. Kids out of wedlock is what fueled the economy. Stop acting brand fucking new. You had hundreds of kids on a plantation, and there was one dad for them 100 kids. One dad. You can have 50 kids on a plantation and it would have one dad. Guess who? The fucking slave owner. The owner. Who started single family homes? White men. Who started single family homes in America? Who started it? White men. Go learn some fucking history. Slave owners were white men who had illegitimate kids with their slaves. Hello? Black men weren't allowed to just freely breed on a plantation. They had to be put together. They weren't allowed to just be out here roaming around fucking. Guess who was allowed to be roaming around fucking, to the dismay of his white wife? You think that anger is not coming from somewhere with these white women to this day? You think that anger is not coming from DNA being passed down from generation to generation? You think that that's not ingrained in them? You think because we walking around with the trauma of being slaves to this day, and you mean to tell me that white people are not walking around with that same DNA from being a slave owner? How is it that we have DNA from the trauma and they don't have DNA from inflicting the trauma? We have DNA of being traumatized, but they don't have the DNA of traumatizing. How, Sway? This is why y'all be sitting back wondering, I wonder why they can't mind their business, because it's in their DNA, and I say it all the time. Why is it they always feel like they policing people? Because it's in their DNA. I say it all the time. The police were created to catch runaway slaves. This is why the police are not to protect and serve black people. They are protecting and serving white people. That's what they've always done. That's what they will always do. That's what they were created for. And their job has never changed. Their job has never evolved. So I don't know why y'all are so shocked by how police behave. Why are you shocked? You should be able to predict how they're going to behave, because that is their history. So you want to blame single family homes on black people, but who created single family homes? White people. Y'all brought us over here, didn't allow us to marry anybody. We weren't allowed to get married until we were free. You weren't allowed to choose who you sleep with until you were free. So who created illegitimate kids? Who created kids out of wedlock? They did. And this is why I say everything that black people do to this day has been created by the oppressor. From your religion to your habits to your food has been created by the oppressor. You're a bigot, so? And? What's wrong with me being a bigot? You're a bigot. No, we didn't bring anyone, nor you didn't bring anyone here, nor did any of us have slaves. I don't give a shit what you say, sir. What's wrong with me being a bigot? Why are y'all the only ones allowed to be bigots? Huh? You know who was a bigot? Archie Bunker. You know who was a bigger bigot? George Jefferson. Archie Bunker was a bigot on TV in the 70s. The show was All in the Family. Maybe some of y'all too young for this shit. But you know who was a bigger bigot than Archie Bunker? George motherfucking Jefferson. Go watch All in the Family and the Jeffersons if you want a reminder of what bigots look like. And here's the funny thing about that. It cracks me up that white people are bigots when y'all are the ones that inflicted all of the bullshit on everybody else. Like you're the boogeyman in everybody's story, from Indians to Hispanics. Y'all are the boogeyman in everybody's story. We have the right to not like you. We have the right to not want to congregate with you. We have the right not to be around you, not to listen to you, not to see you. We have that right. It is ingrained in us. We don't want to be around you. Period. That is a generality. Because every time y'all come around, it's a problem. Y'all always try to make it like every time we come around, it's a problem. When we move in the neighborhood, oh, there goes the neighborhood. No, it's you. You're the problem. Drive your white ass over into the ghetto, into the hood. Black people be scrambling to get away from you because the first thing is, oh, he's a narc, or he's a this, or he's a that. You're the problem. No one is going to come up and greet you if you drive your ass through the hood. Nobody. Because they're going to think you the fucking police. And half of y'all want to be police because all you do is want to snitch on somebody. It is perfectly okay as a black person to not want to be around white people. They are literally at the root of our health issues. Like let's bring this back to health for a second. Why do black people have higher blood pressure than everyone else? Because we get fucked with every single day by fucking white people. There's literally a scientific term for it, for discrimination and racism and the pressure and the stress we have to deal with in our environments, just going to work with y'all motherfuckers. Allostatic load, go and look it up. Our health depends on our proximity to you. So I prefer not to have no proximity to you. It's like y'all make it y'all personal business to just harass black people. You see a black person, you're like, let me go fuck with this black person real quick. Let me see if they knock me the fuck out. That's what needs to happen. It literally is a medical problem. Contentious much. Yes, Becca, I am contentious much. Don't you have some kids you need to be paying some attention to? Don't you have some kids up in their fucking room building bombs and shit? But you over here minding my business, Becca. Contentious much. Y'all the most unserious people I have ever seen in my life. That would be white women. The most unserious group of people on the planet. Unserious. I don't even want to go to the next word that I would choose, but I'll stay at unserious. May Jesus help your spirit. He does every day, boo-boo. Every day. I represent him every day. Because y'all are the same people that don't have no respect for Jesus. None. If Jesus came and knocked on your door right now, you call the police. If Jesus knocked on your door with his woolly hair and his bronze skin, you would call the po-po right now. You would call ICE. This isn't his representation, not to your ass. So that means you don't even trust the Bible, because the Bible describes them. The Bible describes them. Projecting what? I'm black. What do I need to project? Jesus was black. If race doesn't matter, why is he white? If race doesn't matter, why does he have to be white? Why can't he be black? The Russians know he's black. All of the pictures of Jesus in Russia are black. Black. Y'all need to accept that y'all are a mutation. Y'all need to accept that your genes are recessive. You need to accept that it's science. But the reason y'all want to refute science so much is because it tells the truth about you. If the sun can kill you, you're the problem. The sun fuels every single thing on this planet. Every single thing on the planet. You are lacking the ability to even remain alive in the sun. Oh. By your fruits, we know you. Yes, I hope you do. Learn, take notes, record it, screen record it if you must. I'm a very serious black woman. That's all you need to know about me. Look at me and know what you will never be. Look at me and know what you will never, ever be. Your man don't even uplift you. Your man don't even uplift you. I'm not trying to be anyone else. I bet you got some fillers in your lips. I bet you got some Botox in your face and some filler in your lips, because you ain't gonna walk around with them baloney lips for the rest of your life. So who you trying to be like? Y'all out here shooting up botulism in your face. You shooting fat from your midsection into your face, into your lips to look like who? Boy. Y'all make it too easy for me. God, well, oh, she's emotional. Oh, she's Latin. White. So you're depending on your Latin roots, which are black, to have lips. That's what you just said. That's what you just said. I'm 100% God made, no filler. I'm Latin. Which, if we drill that down, means you have African blood flowing through your veins, and this is why your lips are not shaped like bologna. Bloop, bloop. Wait, the woman with the straightened hair is accusing white people? Yeah, this is a whole wig too. This is a whole wig. I can take this off and my nappy head will be showing to everybody. This is a whole wig. I can wear this all day, every day. I can take this motherfucker off and be a whole nother person tomorrow. Now what? Because white women wear more wigs and weaves than we do. Do you think that Latin woman walking around has hair that looks like this growing out her scalp? I guarantee you, white women don't. Go look in the Midwest and see some good hair from white women. Just go. Just go. Look on the internet. Do you see any white women on the internet with really great hair, just natural great hair? It's few and far between, boo-boo. Y'all buy more wigs and weaves than we do. Go look it up. Go look up the statistics. Y'all project too much. Y'all always be out here y'all are swimming and drowning every day. Y'all swimming and drowning right now on this live. Swimming and drowning. I'm going to read you every single day. Every time. I'm not going to let you pass on nothing. I'm not going to give you no hall pass. I ain't going to give you no type of pass. For what? Y'all get on here and say whatever the fuck y'all want to say, but we supposed to remain silent? No. I wouldn't be screaming I'm Latin too much on this app because they be out here swooping y'all up. If I was you, I'd keep that under wraps. Because the way they out here tracking y'all on social media, I wouldn't be screaming I'm Latin. The way the people that you like to date and the way the people that you like to congregate with have voted to get you kicked out of the country, those are the people that you want us to congregate with. Those are the people you hang out with. They voted to get your ass removed. Miss I'm Latin. I'm on 3 different platforms, nosy butt. I'm on 3 different platforms, nosy butt. Miami. Y'all trying it today. I got time today. No fear of man. God is our protector in all places. Sure. Y'all love to pull God into the car. Y'all love to pull. Jesus said, please do not pull me into your group chat. Y'all love to pull Jesus into the conversation, but be walking around acting like Lucifer. Can't serve 2 masters. Can't serve 2 masters. Y'all be real hellish in the street, but the minute you need some help, you call on Jesus. Jesus is not coming to help you with your debate with me. Y'all say that y'all Christians, but I don't recognize none of you. Y'all love to talk about how y'all Christians. Let me explain the difference between a Christian and a Christian nationalist. Because if you are here in America and you consider yourself to be a Christian and you are not black, you are a Christian nationalist. Enjoy your conscientiousness. The workers of darkness doesn't ever win. Then you count on it, sweetheart. They should be showing up at your house any minute now. Yeah. They should be showing up at your house any minute now, boo-boo. The one thing is, y'all never have to worry about me. Ever. If y'all really think that a person that follows the true word of God is not going to speak up against injustice, that's what Jesus was. Jesus was a revolutionary. Jesus was saying the shit that nobody else had the balls to say. That's why they had a problem with him. That's why they crucified him, because he was saying the shit nobody else had the balls to say. Did y'all think that Jesus was walking around in silence? There would be no book. Oh, here we go. We got a Hotep on the line. Hello, Hotep? Jesus was an Ethiopian Jew. That's the first thing that you said right. Jesus was a revolutionary. He was speaking up for the downtrodden. He was speaking up for the people that had no voice. And y'all always want to act like, oh, Jesus was not for you, boo-boo. He was for us. And even in that, you were so threatened by the word of Jesus that you even made a slave Bible. You were so intimidated by the Bible that you had to make a second Bible just for slaves. If Jesus wasn't a revolutionary, why did you have to make a second Bible? If Jesus wasn't talking about getting up out of your bad situation, why did you make a second Bible that said we need to serve our earthly masters? Because that's nowhere in the original Bible. So there's that. Y'all need to stop it. See, the difference between, if you're a Christian and you believe that there's something after this plane of existence, I know where I'm going. Y'all don't. That's why you feel like you need to go with the church. Church is for people that feel guilty about something. This might open up a can of worms, but this is a can of worms that needs to be opened, especially for Black people. Why are we practicing a religion that was set upon us? Why are we following a religion that was literally created to oppress us? It was literally written by white men to oppress everyone else. Why are we still practicing that? There was spirituality before there was Christianity. People were on this earth for thousands and thousands of years. The Bible is only 2,000 years old. People outdate the Bible. So what were people doing before the Bible? We are the church. I walk around with the church in me every single day. I don't need somebody to be an intercessor between me and God. I don't need somebody speaking to me for God when God speaks to me all day, every day. I don't need somebody interpreting anything for me when I can interpret what God has told me every single day. For what? You are getting preyed upon by scammers. Do I support who? BLM. Listen. Don't come in here with that bullshit. Y'all love an organization. Y'all sit around. Y'all the same people that believe that Antifa is a group. Y'all the same people. Y'all the same people. Yeah, Trump is gonna fight Antifa. Y'all don't even know what Antifa means. That's like saying we're in a war on drugs. The war on terror. The war on Islam. We have a war on Islam. Who is Islam? Who is terror? Who are the drugs we're fighting? Who are they? Where are they? What are they doing? How are we supposed to fight terror? Is he going to show up to the fight? Where does he live? Terror. Y'all fall for it every time. This has been working for decades and decades and decades. People are just too damn stupid to keep their mouth shut, and it shows everything. This is the same playbook has worked for decades. It worked in the 80s, it worked in the 90s, it worked in the 2000s, it worked in the 10s, it works now. We're in a war against something. How can you, as a good American, just let me ask you this. As a good patriot and upstanding member of America, how can you be okay with fascism? This is why I started off the live by saying y'all don't even understand what any of these isms are. Y'all don't know what fascism is. So when they're using these big words, it goes over damn near 60% of the country's heads because they don't know. Just like these white people didn't know that Obamacare was ACA. You out here voting to get your Obamacare taken back by the Republicans, not knowing that that is the health care that you have. You voted for the ACA to be destroyed. Now you're out here screaming for health care. You had health care. But because they put Obama's name on it, you're like, we don't want that black man's health care. We want good white people with health care. We want health care from good white people. Now you out here screaming, well, what happened to the health care? You voted against the health care. Well, what do you mean? We just voted against Obamacare. We didn't vote against health care. They do it to you every time because you're either too lazy or too obtuse to go and do your own research. They do it to you every time. So you just sit back and let Fox News tell y'all everything that y'all think y'all need to know. Because you're too close-minded to listen to anything else. You're a negative energy, angry black woman. I have every right to be angry. I have every right to be negative. Blue. Do you have anything else you want to call me? Miami? Who doesn't have a right to be angry in America? White people. Every other race of people in America have a right to be angry. So now what? You're just mad that I'm not that take the higher road black chick. I'm not. I will never be that. I'm never going to turn the other cheek. I'm never going to take the higher road. For what? I'm never going to be humble. For what? That's what they mad about. Because we're not those good. We're uppity Negroes now. We're good uppity Negroes. See, back in the day, you could get away with saying to somebody, you're just an uppity Negro. I am. And I'm going to start introducing myself that way. Hey, I'm Mama Trey, uppity Negro. I feel like I should put a "the" in front of it, though. The uppity Negro. Let me get some shirts. Put that right there. That's why y'all mad. Because y'all can't stop us from drinking out of water fountains. Y'all can't stop us from eating in restaurants. Y'all can't just call us an uppity Negro and not get slapped in the mouth. That's why you're mad. You're not free to abuse us the way you really want to abuse us. That's why I want to make America great again for yourself. Oh boy, that was fun. That was so fun. Would you like to say anything else? Right, Miami's still sitting up there, just like Becca probably sitting her pasty ass over here in the comments too, just waiting to say something. But I'm Latin. You're not. You're white. You're white. You probably have a whole white boyfriend sitting up beating you up right now. You think about us every day. We don't have time. Y'all think about us every day. If I could spend the rest of my life not ever thinking about or seeing white people, I'd be okay with that. I mean, no shade. That's why I lived in Nigeria for 2 years. Every time I saw a white person in Nigeria, I was pissed. Hey, Jackie, what's going on, girl? Every time I saw a white person in Nigeria, I was mad as fuck. Like I came all the way over here to see all black everything. And here you are. Again. The fuck? I'm white, and I absolutely never spend time thinking about black people or what you're doing. Yes, you do. That's why it's so disturbing to you, because you wake up every day like, why can't I get them off my mind? It's in your DNA. You can't help it. It's in your DNA. You cannot help but think about us. Y'all build a whole town for just white people, and you were more concerned about what we thought about it than how you think about it. Y'all built a whole town for white people, and you were mad that black people weren't mad about it. That says all I need to know about y'all. Y'all built a whole, and the thing is, the town failed already, because y'all whole existence is motivated by trying to beat black people. If it was just white people, y'all wouldn't be motivated to do anything. I know, Miss Jackie, I already know you. But I like Miss Jackie because Miss Jackie don't take the shit personal. Y'all whole motivation in life is to try to surpass us. So if we were gone, y'all would just be like you were in Europe, killing each other. When we came along, it gave white people a common goal, because y'all were literally killing each other in Europe. I cannot be racist because I don't have any power. I'm not stopping y'all white folks from doing nothing. How can I be racist? But I am a bigot. I am very prejudiced. I prejudge everybody. I prejudge black and white and Puerto Rican and Haitian. I prejudge everybody. The fuck? I have every right to prejudge whoever the fuck I want to. Because how am I supposed to identify you? Me prejudging is me looking at the tree like, I don't know. Is it an oak? Is it a fern? I don't know what kind of tree that is. So I'm just going, from what I'm looking at, it looks like an oak. Yeah, you're fucking guilty until proven innocent. The fuck? Nobody has time to think about black people. You thinking about me right now? You on my live. Why are you on my live? You're not only just on my live, you're sitting here commenting on my live, which means I'm in your head. You are never going to forget me. You're going to be thinking about me in your sleep. You're going to be thinking about me tomorrow. You're going to be thinking about what you should have said on the live. You're going to be thinking about all of that. I'm in there now. I'm in your fucking DNA. You're going to be handing this shit down to your kids. It's in your balls. It's in your nuts. It's in there now. Every time you skeet, it's going to be parts of me in there. Anything else? I'm in there. I'm in there, boy. You can deny it all you want, but I'm already in your cells. I'm running through your veins right now. I'm in there. Oh my gosh. Y'all might want to do some calisthenics or something before y'all come on my live and try to debate with me, because you're not ready. Y'all think you're ready, but you're not. You know what? I took my shark today. That's why. Because I went to the doctor and the doctor said, "You're doing great. I don't need to see you again for another 3 months. And as a matter of fact, you can come up off of that Lasix. You can just use that Lasix whenever needed. You're doing fantastic." Black women, you can be pro-black and still date interracially. Why are you out here caping for this interracial shit? We're not buying it. We don't want you. Black men are allowed to. Why can't you? We don't want you. That's why we don't do it, because we don't want you. No one is stopping black women from dating white men but white men. Why the fuck would we look at America and say, you know, I think I want a white man? White women don't even want white men. That's why you out here caping for us so bad, because your women don't even want you. We see how you treat them. Why would we want you? Y'all be trading in your wives at 40. As soon as your wife show a wrinkle on her face, you be like, oh, let me go look for a newer model. Oh, maybe I can find her in my house. Oh, that hit too close to home, didn't it? You be shopping for your next wife at your own house? The nanny. Yeah. Look. She gonna either be his daughter, his daughter's close friend, or the nanny. And in Arnold Schwarzenegger's case, the maid. And she wasn't even cute. Arnold Schwarzenegger said, I would rather fuck the uncute Hispanic, don't speak English maid than to fuck my Kennedy wife. Almost none of what you say is truth. It is. It's just not truth to you. Did y'all spend your whole life in denial, sweetheart? But you're still here on this black lady's live, so you're obsessed with me. Why are you so obsessed with me? Miami. Why are you so obsessed with me? You want to date me, don't you? You're in love with me? I know. How did we go from blood type to this? Because it's all related. Y'all gonna have to let me be who the fuck I am. I'm not a one topic bitch. I'm not a one topic bitch. You never know what you're gonna get over here. Okay. And our health is moved beyond blood type eating. Okay. Because we need to get into what's really causing us to have these diseases. Okay. It's more than just the food. What's really plaguing black folks for real is y'all. So that's what we're talking about. I came to this channel thinking it was about health. It is about health. It's absolutely about health, but you don't want to accept that you are detrimental to other people's health. You just saying the shit that you're saying right now. If I was a lesser person, I'd be stressed out by the shit that you're saying to me right now. But because I'm better than you, it doesn't bother me. Okay? Just y'all saying crazy shit on the internet stresses other races of people out to the point that it raises their blood pressure and damages their heart. So now they're walking around with heart disease because you're an asshole. And you think it's fucking funny. And like I said the other day, the reason that most people of color have these issues is because we ain't smacked the fuck out of y'all. I believe we would not have the high blood pressure that we have if we had gotten revenge. But we got to walk around not being able to slap the fuck out of y'all whenever y'all say some dumb shit. Like asking me about my fingernails and how you should wipe your ass with long fingernails. That's some dumb shit. Only a white woman could ask me some dumb shit like that. Y'all feel like it's okay to ask us dumb shit. And we're just supposed to be fucking polite to you rather than just slapping the teeth down your fucking throats. Because that's what I should have done. How dare you talk to me about how you wiping your ass with your fingernails? The fuck? Oh my God, how do you have those fingernails? Because when I had those fingernails before, my fingernail went through the toilet paper. How do you wipe back there with those nails? The fuck? First things first, you need to use some quality toilet paper and stop stealing the toilet paper from the fucking hospital. You can't be out here using that RV camper toilet tissue. Get you some 2-ply. That's literally what I said to her. And secondly, the problem is y'all be projecting your non-hand washing habits onto us. Every time you see a black person with some fingernails, somebody with some long fingernails, don't even have to be a black person. Oh my God, the germs. The germs? Y'all make it known that you bathe once a week and you talk about some germs? Y'all literally say to people that you do not wash your legs in the shower because why? The soap runs down. And you want to talk to me about some germs? Every time y'all come around, it's an epidemic. And you want to talk to me about some germs? They ain't had none of these diseases until y'all sailed y'all crusty asses across the fucking water. They had none of these diseases. Y'all had all of those diseases. Until y'all sailed y'all crusty asses across the fucking ocean from the UK. Now all the Indians got diseases. You want to talk about some germs. We ain't never had lice, not one day in our lives. You're making me itch thinking about it. That's the problem. I promise you, and Jordan even said something about it the other day, like, damn, we just set these paper towels out today. I will use a whole roll of paper towels because I wash my hands 10, 20 times a fucking day. Y'all go to the bathroom and literally bypass that sink every fucking time. And you want to know about germs under our fucking fingernails. This white man is so upset. The worst cases of dandruff I've ever seen was on a black woman. Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But I tell you what we don't have. We don't have bugs. We don't have bugs in our hair. You can talk about dandruff all you want to. That's just dry scalp. You have bugs. You had to be out of school for days because you had bugs in your hair. How the fuck you get bugs in your hair? Not washing it. You can talk about dandruff all you want. Dandruff is just dry skin. Because the scalp is skin. That's just dry skin. Where do you get them bugs from? We had to line up with y'all. Why? First of all, why we had to line up with y'all when they already knew black people did not get no bugs in their fucking hair? Here we are standing in line with Timmy. We got Timmy in front of us and Jane behind us, waiting. Them bugs was waiting to jump on us. We shouldn't even have been in there getting no little comb right through our fucking hair. Y'all knew wasn't no bugs in our fucking hair. That is a you problem. That is not an us problem. So Tommy didn't feel bad. Exactly. We don't want to single out who it really is. We want everybody. It's like all lives matter. No. Do you want to know if I support Black Lives Matter? Abso-fucking-lutely. Because all lives have been mattering for centuries. But who is it that bears the brunt of those all lives? Us. I was watching a talk show. One of the women said she don't wash her hands when she uses the bathroom. Yeah, they literally have videos floating around TikTok as we speak. Because somebody brought up the fact that they didn't bathe their child for the first 5 months. Exactly. This is why we don't do potluck at work. Let them tell me in advance that they're doing a potluck at work. I am. I can't make it in today. I am so slick. I'm so sick. I just can't make it in today. Letting cats all over your counters and shit. Just then y'all be making them goddamn casseroles. Y'all make a casserole out of everything. Y'all make a casserole out of everything. Ah! Everything got Jell-O in it. Ah! And marshmallows. Jell-O and marshmallows and mayo. Gotta be some mayo in there. Yeah, it's gotta be some Duke's mayo though. It's never any. Miss Jackie, you gotta represent all white America right now. Are y'all only allowed to buy Duke's mayonnaise? Miss Jackie coughed. Miss Jackie, are y'all only allowed to buy Duke's mayonnaise? Also, why are black men always bisexual? The same reason that white men are always gay. Just ask your Republican representatives every single time they go to a convention, why is it that they crash the Grindr app? Why are they crashing the Grindr app, sweetie? All the people that you voted for are gay and in the closets. That's probably where you are right now. Are you typing from your closet? You're typing from your closet? You're typing from your closet, aren't you? I know it. You're pulling out you're trying. Miami is still so obsessed with me. Miami is going to wake up in the morning pissed at himself. Pissed. Yeah, toe tapping under the stall. You can't stand mayo? I love mayo. Jordy calls me a white lady. Jordy calls me a white lady because I like mayonnaise and coleslaw. I'm like, you're such a white woman. Because, black people be using Miracle Whip. He says, you're such a white woman eating that mayonnaise. He hates it. I like a good mayonnaise. You still talking about black people? Once I leave this chat, I won't even think about black people. But while you're here, I'm on your mind. And the longer you stay, the deeper I go into those balls. I'm all up in your DNA. All up in there. You're probably going to have nightmares. You go, while I'm here, you'll keep me in line. What line is that? What line do you think you're keeping me in? What line do you think you're keeping me in? I done ran over you several times. You're like none of your bones even exist anymore. Like I've totally crushed you. I've run over you, backed up, and ran over you again. So what line are you keeping me in, you think? Oh. Poor Tink Tink. Poor Tink Tink. I'm having way too much fun on this live today. Way too much fun. Yeah, I mean, you're really making it way too easy for me. Seriously. So what I came to say is, because let me not be distracted by this person anymore. Hold on a second. First, I'm going to report you, and then I'm going to block you. So we got that. Yes, we got that report. And then I'm going to block you. Okay, there we go. Because we don't have no more time to waste on this guy. Okay. Gonna be dissing ambrosia salad. Is it, Marnie, tell me what ambrosia salad is. Does it have Jell-O in it? Is it marshmallows, Jell-O? Do y'all be putting fruit cup in it? What exactly is in the ambrosia salad? Because I've always been curious. I'm gonna be asking white people questions like y'all be asking us questions. We want to know. We are curious. What's in it? Let's look it up. Do y'all know what ambrosia salad is? Ask any question you want to ask white people while we sitting here. Any question you want to ask white people, you should put it in the chat. Because we got some good white folks on the live right now. So if you're curious about certain cultural things with white people, you should put it in the comments so maybe we can get some answers. Ambrosia salad recipe. Okay, let's see. It says ambrosia is a South American fruit salad made with pineapple, mandarin oranges, miniature marshmallows, and coconut, often mixed with a creamy dressing of sour cream and whipped topping. First of all, the picture scared me. This popped up. That already scared me. No. I can't imagine liking this. And I'm not one to say I won't try something, because I'm a very adventurous eater. I'll taste it and see if I like it, but I can't. Oh, are y'all asking too many questions? Because y'all moving real fast with the questions on TikTok. Why y'all stand so close? Why do y'all put grapes in potato salad? They be putting raisins in potato salad too. Why do y'all hate us? What drives so hard? Why drive to look so hard like us at any means necessary? Hold on. Do you people know how to make collard greens? Why do they like Puppy Chow trail mix? Why don't y'all like curtains? Y'all don't like curtains? Why don't y'all wash y'all hands? What do y'all think is going to happen? Why don't y'all wash y'all chicken? Let's start Let's start at an easy one. Miss Jackie, are you in healthcare? Because the only white people I know that bathe that much a day are in healthcare. You don't eat chicken, thank God. I saw 3 or 4 recipe videos just yesterday, and all of them were chicken, and nobody washed the chicken. And of course, black people in the comments were like, why don't y'all wash the chicken? But their reasoning is always, well, you get germs all over your kitchen. And I'm like, how do you get germs all over your kitchen? What are y'all doing? If you get germs all over your kitchen when you wash your chicken, you're washing your chicken wrong. Like how? You're literally running it underwater. How are the germs getting all over the kitchen? Miss Jackie, what state do you live in? They say the heat kills the germs. That's why salmonella still survives. Intimidation, Scoop. Intimidation. You live in California. That's why. Aha, Miss Jackie. You're not a normal white. You're not a normal white. You're not a normal white. Long Beach at that. Miss Jackie is representing for the cool white folks. She's from Long Beach, the LBC. Why do you let your cats and dogs on your kitchen counters? Snoop is your boy. Listen, I went to, was it a Snoop Dogg concert? It was just all white person. It was all white people. All white people. Like all of the rap concerts I've ever been to. I went to see Jay-Z. It was just all white people. That's what cracks me up about white folks, because y'all love our culture. You love these things. But it's like, I met Ice Cube. I met Ice Cube in the late 80s at a concert. Yeah. Why do they like touching our hair? Yeah, I mean, y'all love everything about us because we established all of the shit that's in this country. Let's just be real. Okay? Let's just be real. But I always boil it down to jealousy. Jealousy and envy, because they have done every single thing possible to destroy us, and yet we are still here. And not only are we still here, we have surpassed them in many ways. So just like the video that I was talking to you guys about, how the government made that propaganda video and gave it to white store owners so that these white store owners could get our $15 billion out of our community and into their pockets. Why is it that black people are the most homeowners, buying cars with cash, building whole towns? Tulsa is not the only town that was progressive for black people. There were hundreds of them, but because they have destroyed them and set the history on fire, we don't hear anything about them. Tulsa is the most famous one because that's the only one they talk about. But there were hundreds of cities all across this country. There were towns in this country with black people that were never slaves. They were here before Columbus. Wilmington had its own newspaper, had its own representatives, had burned it. There were whole cities that never had any slaves. Central Park, Seneca, they were never slaves. They don't want you to know that. They don't want us to know that. Because they literally go and burn the town to ashes in order to burn the history of the towns. This is why we don't know this shit. This is why we don't have the pride we should have, because they don't want us to know we should have any pride. This is why they feel fully able and justified to go around and say we didn't contribute anything to this country, when in fact we contribute the most. From the time they brought us here on the very first boat, we have held this country up. The whole stock market was built on slavery, our backs, because we were property. We were more valuable than their horses and their cows. But they don't want us to know that. So to this day, you still have companies that profited off of slavery. Wells Fargo, this is why I don't bank at Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo was one of the very first banks that housed slave money. AIG Insurance, what do you think they were insuring? AIG Insurance was insuring slaves. Lake Lanier. This is why when Housewives went on Lake Lanier, I was like, I wouldn't be going on Lake Lanier for nothing. Okay? There are several companies that are still in existence today that were built on the backs of slaves. And y'all are spending your money with them. Y'all are putting your money in their banks. Okay? So this is what they're trying to do right now. I mean, look at what they're trying to do right now. Right now, burning books, closing down museums, right? Getting rid of teachers and educators in higher education, stopping critical race theory. They're doing everything they possibly can to erase us from history. That's how life insurance started. They are doing everything they can to erase us from history. Because if we don't have a history, nobody is going to respect us. They think that to this day, this is why they think that we haven't contributed anything. Trump literally was on a video the other day talking about, we created this, we created that, we created this, we created that, America created. And everything that he listed was created by a Black person. Every single thing that he listed as an accomplishment for America in the world was created by a Black person. Did he give Black people credit? Absolutely not. We wouldn't be sitting on this internet today if it wasn't for a Black person. So really, what have they created? The wealth in this country was built on the backs of Black people. Most of the architecture in this country was built by Black people. You know why? Because after slavery, there were no skilled. This is why Black people made so much money after we were freed, because there was no other skilled labor in America. The Black people had all the skills. We were the blacksmiths. We were the carpenters. We were the plumbers. We were the electricians. We were all of these things that they weren't. They owned us. So they didn't have the skills that we had. So when slavery ended, we were able to open up our own shops, being blacksmiths and being carpenters and being all these things. And because they thought they were being so clever and so smart by denying us the ability to put our money in their banks, this is why when their banks failed in 1929, they were jumping out of buildings. When the stock market crashed, they were jumping out of buildings. Because you denied us the ability to intermingle our money with your money. We had all the money now, and y'all were broke. So you had to come up with a clever plan to get our money into your pockets. Well, let's convince our white shop owners to start selling to the Negro. Because the Negroes are the only ones that have money. The Negroes are the only ones that have money to buy a Cadillac with cash. To this day, I have a Cadillac sitting in the garage right now. Okay? If it weren't for black people, Cadillac would have been defunct a long time ago. But because we put our money in jars and buried it in the front yard, or we put it under our mattress, or we put it somewhere else, that's why we had money to buy homes. We owned more homes than every other racial group in the country. So we had $15 billion circulating in the black community. Because here's the story. This is how it works. Now, if your money is circulating in the black community, let me tell you how it works. You own a mechanic shop. You own an auto shop, right? People pay you to fix their car, the black people, because you don't have no white customers. You only have black customers. So black customers are bringing you their car to fix. You fix their car. They pay you with their black dollars. You now go and pay your mortgage with your black dollars. Okay. Or you done bought your home with cash. You don't have to do that. You go to the grocery store is black. You go to the pharmacy is black. You go to the bowling alley is black. You go to the movie theaters, the movie theater is black. You go to a restaurant, the restaurant is black. Okay? You're only hiring other black people to work in your auto shop. So our black dollar was only circulating in our community, and they wanted that money. So the Department of Commerce made a video, and we spent the most money. They made a propaganda video called The Secret to Selling the Negro. I went over this last week with y'all. The videos are posted on my pages everywhere. Okay? They made a video telling white shop owners that we're cool. They're just like us. They do like quality goods. They're not shifty like you think. This is your new income stream. Do you know how they solidified it? Integration. Desegregation was the plot and the plan. What did they trade? We'll give them a right to vote, and they will give us their money. Marinate on that for just a second. Let's find a really charming, really brilliant religious figure to lead this. Because they had to have a religious leader do it, because that's who black people trusted, right? Because the only people that were allowed to read on the plantation were religious leaders. So this is who we put all of our faith in. So they came up with the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Charismatic, young, fiery. Let him go out and convince them, because the little propaganda video wasn't working. The little propaganda video wasn't working. It wasn't getting them the money fast enough. So we need to have somebody that's going to lead them into the restaurants. We have to have somebody that's going to forcibly get these white people to take their money. We're going to have somebody lead them into these goods and services. That was Dr. Martin Luther King. He came out and said, you deserve to eat at the white restaurants. You're as good as they are. You deserve to spend your money at the white department store. You're as good as they are. And these people walked, boycotted the bus system for a whole year just to get the right to spend their money with the white bus company and not the black bus company. So what happened to black business after that? Crumbled. And we have yet to rebuild it to this day. we still don't have Black business back on track. We only own 3% of the businesses in this country. So what did that one single thing do to us? Crippled us. It made us dependent on them for goods and services. May I help you, sir? What's up? To this day, crippled. And we still got more money than they do to spend. We still got more disposable income than they do. Because he don't like the microphone. He don't like the microphone. We still have more money to spend. You're welcome. The video is on YouTube. Go watch it. That's why I said everybody, Black and white people, y'all need Black. This is what they don't want. They don't want white people to know our history. As much as they don't want Black people to know our history, they don't want white people to know our history. Because if y'all know our history, then you got to start putting some fucking respect on our name. If y'all know our history, you will understand our value to the country that you live in. This is why I said every essential worker that's laid off from the government right now needs to not go to work. And you even have Black people like, but do not take your Black ass to work. The reason that I say that is because people need to understand how important the federal government is to this country. Yeah. So was Trump trying to really harm us or them? How many Black people work for the government? Do you know in the DMV, 63% of the people in the DMV in the DC metropolitan, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, 63% of the people are Black that work for the government. 63%. Oh, he was trying to hurt us. Martin Luther King was not for us. When Martin Luther King figured out that he had been used, and he said, you know what, we're going to do a second march on Washington, but this time we're coming to ask for a reparations check. That's when it was pow pow. As long as Martin Luther King was leading us to where they wanted us to go, he was valuable. But the minute he started realizing, oh shit, I done fucked up Black business, we need a reparations check, that's when they took his ass smooth out. The name of the video is called The Secret to Selling the Negro. They used him and he didn't know it until it was too late. That's why we should have a hard time trusting anything that they say. I personally have a very hard time trusting anything a white person says to me. The thing is, when Malcolm X was telling us to stay separate, when Malcolm X was saying they need to be over there, we need to be over here, Malcolm X was cool with the government. But the minute Malcolm X went to Mecca and came back and said, we're all one people, we all need to be together, pew, pew. As long as we're preaching separatism and we need to be on our own and separate ourselves, they're fine with that. They're fine with that. But the minute you try to get all the races together and we're kumbayaing, and because they know it's going to be, we're no longer divided, that's the problem. Because their division of us is what works. Okay? Their division of us is what works. As long as we're fighting each other, we're never going to know what they're doing. We're never going to see all of the strings that are being pulled. And that's why they don't want us getting together. They want us hating each other. They want us hating each other. Because as long as we're fighting each other, we're not setting our eyes on the rich people. Rich people are the problem. Poor people are not the problem. They have had poor people fighting against other poor people for centuries now. Okay? Poor white people are never going to be anything but poor white people in this country. As much as y'all tell black people to pull themselves up by the bootstraps, we did that and y'all didn't. And now you're mad at us because we did exactly what y'all told us to do. Think about it. Y'all told us to go to school, get a good education, take out these student loans, buy a home, get bogged down by all this debt. That's how you become a good, strong member of society in America. That's living the American dream. And we went out and did that. Y'all didn't do that. You stayed in your trailer parks. You stayed with your Confederate flags hanging off the back of your trucks. You stayed mired in the muck. And then we surpassed you in just 50 years. In just 50 years. And now you're mad. And you tried it, and you tried it in every town that we built, you burned it to the ground. You build another town, you burned it to the ground. You build another town, you burned it to the ground. You build another town, you burned it to the ground. Why? Why weren't y'all building towns? Why weren't y'all having successful businesses? Why couldn't we be separate but equal? What was wrong with us being separate but equal? We were minding our business. Y'all came along and burned our shit to the ground. We were just fine being separate but equal. Why can't we be separate but equal? Because y'all don't want us to be equal. You want us to be beneath you. You want us to hold you up. Because that's what it's been. You would not be where you are today if it were not for you on the backs of a whole other race of people. And the only reason that poor white people think that they're better is because a politician told you that no matter how bad of a white person you are, no matter how poor you are as a white person or uneducated you are as a white person, you're still better than the most educated black person. And you believed it. So you set in motion where no matter how much money or how much education a black person has, a white person can come right along and just call you the N-word and it just completely crushes you. You can call me all the N-words you want to. I don't give a fuck. I still know that I'm better than you are. George Wallace actually was the one that said that before Lyndon Baines Johnson said it. It was George Wallace because he was trying to win down in Georgia. He's the one that told white people that they were better than the most educated black person. Okay. And I think the problem that y'all have with this is that you all know this. You all know that you're not superior to us. And you're going to fight tooth and nail to keep that from coming out, to keep your kids from knowing that. This is why y'all will always say, well, why do you want to make the kids feel bad? Why, if you teach slavery that we own slaves, it's going to make the kids feel bad. You don't think our kids feel bad? Alabama. You don't think our kids feel bad? Why is it that your kids don't get to feel bad for slavery? Y'all teach about slavery all the time, every February. But you don't want to teach white history. That's why I said every February, it should be White History Month. Okay? People really need to know the atrocities that white people have committed in this country. The true face of slavery. What really happened during slavery. The cannibalism, the making of the furniture, the using of our teeth, and all these other things that went along with real slavery, not just forced labor. There was way more shit involved in slavery than forced labor. They didn't free black people from slavery because of forced labor. They freed black people because of money and atrocities. I got kicked out of your live. By who? They don't want y'all to know how diabolical y'all really were. That shit was crazy. Y'all were doing some crazy shit. Okay? So there's never going to be a time in history that black people are going to be as savage as white people have ever been. Because the thing is, your savagery didn't just start with us. Y'all were being savage to each other in Europe for centuries. Your savagery didn't start with us. But because we were discovered, now y'all could bond together and stop fighting each other, and then you can fight us. Wow. Look at that. Now you have a common goal in hating people. You no longer have to hate each other. There's no more, the white on white problems don't exist anymore, right? But they do. That's the thing. Y'all are out here still doing it to each other right now. Exactly. You can't just be talking at work. You can't be congregating because they think you're trying to escape. Exactly. That's like Columbus discovered America. That's like you going to your neighbor's house and like, I just discovered your house. Get the fuck out. What you mean? I live here. Yeah, but I discovered it. So gotta go. So Trump apparently is bringing back Columbus Day to make the Italians feel good. Did y'all see that? I agree. We must have our own spaces again. This is also nice segue. Nice segue. Many whites have historically preferred a sugar-coated version of yes, because they're very fragile. Y'all see, the thing that black people haven't accepted is white people are always going to use that fragility. My thing is, how can you be as savage as you are and be fragile at the same time? That fragility is just an act. That fragility, the white tears and the victim, that shit is all an act. It's all an act. Right. Yeah, y'all would. Y'all would lose your minds. You absolutely would. I think the reason that that white people don't want other white people to know the true history is because you know that you would lose a lot of your own people. Y'all have been lied to your whole lives. Just like y'all were suckered into going out and finding a husband and being a housewife. They love to pull that shit on white women. They love that. That's the biggest lie that white women bought into. Like, this man is going to take care of you for the rest of your life, and all you need to do is find a good man that's going to pay all the bills, and you start popping out babies. And it backfired on y'all. I've always said white women would have gotten a lot further if they had aligned with black women rather than trying to fight against us. Y'all align with white men, and white men don't show y'all, they fuck y'all over every time. They took your rights away. You don't have your body. Y'all would have gotten way further in life if y'all had aligned with us. We would be running this shit already. Columbus ended up in the Caribbean and thought he was in India. So the ignorance. Okay. They know that if they would teach the atrocities that white people put on other races of people, that y'all would lose half of your white people. Because y'all just think that slavery was just forced labor. Like, they got off at 5 o'clock and they had the rest of the day to themselves, but they were forced to work the fields between 9 and 5. Y'all don't know the real thing. You don't know that they stopped importing slaves and started breeding slaves right here in America. When they stopped the transatlantic slave, that didn't stop slavery. When they stopped the transatlantic slave trade, it didn't stop slavery. It didn't stop the selling of slaves. It didn't stop the creation of slaves. Now you just organized it into farms. You're not raising cows, you're raising slaves. You're not raising chickens, you're raising slaves. You have a whole barn full of slaves. You have a whole barn full of humans that just happen to be a different color. So that made them an animal to you, to mistreat and to do with whatever you would. You gonna make leather out of a cow? Why? When you have slaves, you can make leather out of them. Because that's what y'all were doing. Y'all were making lampshades and shoes and leather couches and shit from our skin. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that there are cannibal cookbooks with recipes using our bodies? Did y'all know that? Yeah. Do you know that the term motherfucker came from slavery? Because they would put bags on the heads of the people that they were breeding, and the sons were fucking their mothers. Did you know that? Did you know that? They don't want y'all knowing that, because then y'all would be sympathetic. Y'all would be sympathetic to our plight, and they don't want you to be sympathetic to our plight. They don't want y'all to think that the country owes us something. Oh yeah, picnics. You always have picnics after church. You used to have picnics. That's what picnics come from. You used to pick a Negro and hang him after church. It was entertainment. You would cut off his parts and send them home as souvenirs. Y'all would take pictures and make them into postcards. No, what's the Bugs Bunny story? What's the Bugs Bunny story? You used to bring your kids to watch them hang a Negro. Those kids are still alive. Those kids are grandparents today. Those kids are grandparents today. This is why they don't want y'all to know, because those people are still alive. Those people are still alive. And you know what they're doing? Teaching the future generations to be just as hateful, to be just as racist. So you wonder how kids learn racism? That's how. You know how kids are taught who to fear? That's how. Somebody the other day said that the reason white people act the way y'all act is because y'all don't have no natural predators. Y'all don't have no natural predators. Y'all don't have nobody out here trying to get you. So you think you're above it all. Damn, I'm gonna look it up. I'll learn about it. I'll look it up. But that's what it is. So when somebody just said we need to start making spaces for Black people again, this is what I'm doing with Black Sheep Sweeps. Because somebody has to start it. So why not me? Why not me that already knows how to do this stuff? Why not me that knows how to assemble people together? Why not me that has already has 35 years of experience in marketing? Why not me that has a technology background and work for Microsoft? Why not me? That's what Black Sheep Sweeps is. It is creating a space for Black people to gamble. Because if you go and look, how many billions does the black community put into casinos? How much money do black people put into the lottery? How much money do we put into these industries that we don't earn a dime from? How many more corporations are we going to prop up with our dollars? We can start propping up our own. Everybody always say black people don't create black business because black people are jealous of each other. And I don't believe that. And I'm never one to say that black people don't support my business. I cannot stand when I hear a black person say that black people don't support their black business, because that's never been true for me. Every business I've ever had has always been black people that have supported my business. Every time. There might be a few white people sprinkled in, but if I had to depend on white people to pay my bills, I'd be homeless. It's never been white people that I've catered to. It's always been black people. So when somebody says that black people don't support their business, I don't know what that means. I don't get it. Because I'm a firm believer that black people that are paying their money for a product deserve the same fucking customer service that everybody deserves. I'm a person that believes in good fucking customer service, because everybody works hard for their money. I don't think you should be spending your money where people don't appreciate your money. I appreciate your money. Thank you. My son thanks you. My dog thanks you. Okay? Every business I've ever started has been supported fully by black people. So you're never going to hear me talk against black people. Black people are my priority. They are, because I'm black. So I'm going to take care of me and mine before I take care of anybody else. I want to know how my products affect black people before I know how they affect anybody else. Because that's my audience. That's who supports me. And I do have a fantastic fucking product. Right? I want to make sure that anything that I sell is worth you buying. That's number one. I'm not going to sell nothing that ain't worth the money. Because I don't want to put my reputation or my name on nothing that ain't good. Black should open a beauty supply store. That's all y'all ever talk about is beauty supply stores. Why y'all ain't opening up beauty supply stores? And let me tell you something. There are plenty of people, black people, that have beauty supply stores. The problem is you don't support them. Because the first thing out of your mouth is they're too expensive. Do you know why they're too expensive? Let me explain to you why the black beauty supply stores will never have the same price that the Asian run beauty supply stores will have. I'm going to break it down for you so that you know. Okay? The Asian beauty supply market has they have cornered the market. They work together. To buy things in bulk. This is how Asian businesses run, period. Okay? They work together to buy things in bulk. So 5, 10 different beauty supply stores, they could all be owned by the same family. Or maybe they're all friends and they decided we're going to pool our money together and we're going to buy everything in bulk. And this is how we can keep the prices low. They have literally priced out black people. So when black people go and buy these products, they're getting it for the regular wholesale price, where these people are buying it in bulk. So that's even below the wholesale price. So in order for that company, that black-owned business, to even make a profit to keep their doors open, they have to charge you more than the Asians would. But because you don't want to pay what the black people are selling the products for, you take your ass over to the Asian people. This is why a lot of black businesses fail, because you're going to go where the price is cheapest. And because Black people have been locked out of most of these industries, because the Jewish industries, the Asian industries, all of those people work together. We do not. Hispanics work together. Asians work together. Even Caribbeans work together. It's the African American that is the problem. We have been taught to not trust each other. From the time on the plantation to today, Black people have been brainwashed to believe other Black people are the problem. That was a slavery tactic. That goes into the Willie Lynch letter. Make sure that Black people do not trust each other. This is where we started off. Bring it full circle. Willie Lynch. Black people can never trust each other because guess what? There are 100 slaves on this plantation. There's only 5 white people. There's only five white people, but they're controlling 100 Black people. Well, if the Black people don't trust each other, they're never going to take over the plantation. They're never going to leave. And we still practice the same shit today. Old against young, men against women, light skin against dark skin, educated against the uneducated, freed against the slave. It still plays out today. This is why men and women, Black men and women, they want us to be at odds with each other. They want us to hate each other because if we're together, we're strong. That's a problem for them. They want the old and the young to be at each other's throats because if we're together, that's a problem for who? Them. If the light skin and the dark skin slave are together, who is that a problem for? So you got to keep the house niggas and the field niggas separated. You got to make these think that they're better than them. So they're never going to be a unit. Because who is that better for? Them. Then you got the rich and the poor against each other. The rich Negroes and the poor Negroes. So you got the rich Negroes looking down their nose at the poor Negro. They're ghetto. They're this and that. They bushy. They did. So why are we not united? The oppressor. So when y'all sit back and say, oh, y'all blame everybody for your problems because y'all caused the problem. Y'all did it. You did it. Not only did you do it, you did it on purpose. You did it with forethought and malice. You did it. It was contrived. You've been plotting our downfall ever since they took those shackles off. You were fine with us until they took them shackles off. Y'all were fine with your good Negroes until they took them shackles off. They were a problem. We weren't lazy until they took the shackles off. We weren't lazy and shiftless until they took the shackles off. Now all of a sudden we lazy. We're the only ones doing any work on the plantation, and now we're lazy. That's weird. That's weird. Don't y'all think that's weird? You don't think that's weird? Hispanics are the only ones out here picking all these fruits and these vegetables, and they're lazy? They're the only ones holding up the whole construction industry, and they're lazy? You arresting them on the job. How are they lazy if you have arrested them on the job? I love your boldness and your honesty. That's why my mama said if I had been born in the 50s, I would have been slung up from a tree. My mama said that. She said, you better be glad you weren't born in the 50s because you would have been swinging. Or you born back then. Okay? This is why I've always called myself. I really feel like Harriet Tubman, like I was born with her spirit. Like everything for me has always been about the freedom of Black people. Since I was in high school. Since my uncle gave me that autobiography of Malcolm X, I don't know if my brain was not tilted right, but I remember, I'm not even going to say that because I remember my mom took me to see Mandingo. I was five. First of all, nobody under the age of 25 should have been seeing Mandingo. But you know, back in the day, they didn't have all those, your kid needs to be a certain age to see these movies. Has anyone ever seen Mandingo? Are y'all old enough to know what Mandingo is? I bet it's on YouTube. I bet you $1 to a dime. Hold on, let's just go and search and see if it's on. I'm just curious if it's here. Whoop! There it is. Hold on. Yep. This guy was a football player. What was his name? Something Norton? What was his name? Hold on. Ken Norton. Ah! This is the scene that will never leave. This scene will never leave my mind. This scene will never leave my mind. They boiled him. They boiled him. They boiled him. He's making him get in. No, massa. And they stuck him with a pitchfork. I'm not even going to show you because it will scar you for life. You can't know. Y'all can't hear it because it's playing in my glasses. His wife forced him to sleep with her because they shot him. The massa was going out there messing around with the slave women, making all these illegitimate babies and all. And of course, she's going to get her get back. So she starts messing around with Ken Norton. And as we all know, what freedom did he have to say no to her? Then she gets caught. And of course, what does she say? He forced himself on her. That's what she told her husband. Because I want to say she got pregnant and she had a Black baby. If I remember correctly, this was 51 years ago that I saw the movie. It was made in 1975. I was born in 1969, so it might have been 6, 7. Okay? I remember it was a double feature. This is crazy. It was a double feature of freaking Mandingo and Death Wish. Do y'all remember Death Wish with Charles Bronson? Yes, she did. She tried to. Yep. Shut up, Fats. I was 6, 7 years old. That was also the year I think I saw The Exorcist. It was a banner year for movies that scarred me for life. He needs to be quiet. He black. He black. He don't know what be quiet means. You know what shut up means. There's a difference between black dogs and white dogs. He don't know what be quiet means. He knows what shut up is. You better shut up. What do you want? What is it? Tell Papa to give you some snacks. He ain't give you no snacks? Go tell him. Go tell Papa. Did Papa give you some good food today? I just bought you some hamburger and stuff. Oh, you need a nap. That's what it is. You sleepy? Why don't you go lay on the couch fast? Let mommy finish up. I'm on a roll. Shut up, Fats. So Mandingo was forced to sleep with the slave owner's wife because she on some get back shit. She had a baby, the baby black. She tried to get rid of it. So then when the husband finds out, what does he do? She tells him, I was raped by the big black slave guy. That was a lie that went down through centuries. That was a lie that still worked for centuries. He whistled at me, Emmett Till. He touched me. You know how many black men got strung up or worse because of that? Go watch it. It'll change your freaking life. Do you know how many black men to this day are getting strung up for that? And strung up to be in prison for the rest of your life. How'd I come up with the dog's name? Because he was fat. That wasn't hard. That wasn't brain surgery. He was fat. So he then forced, as you can see, he's trying to make Mandingo get into a cauldron of hot boiling water. That's how he was going to him. So he was like, Mandingo's pleading, like, how can I, Massa, how can I go and do that to her? I don't do anything against you. I did not force myself. Basically, I did not force myself on your wife. I need you to see your wife is trifling. So he shot him. And then he gets up, and I remember them putting a pitchfork in him and pushing him over into the cauldron. I'm little. I'm seeing this. I'm screaming to the screen, don't kill him! Don't kill him! My mom had to drag me out of the theater, and I'm screaming, don't kill him! And of course they do. Then I saw Roots. I think Roots came out in 75. Let's go see. How many of y'all have never seen Roots? Y'all need to watch Roots. Roots by Alex Haley. That's also who wrote the autobiography of Malcolm X. 76. Mandingo came out in 75. Mandingo came out in 75. We did not miss one episode of Roots. I was glued to the TV. Glued. Yep. Then after that, I started reading Encyclopedia Britannica about Africans. It just set me on the path. It just set me on the path. I started reading anything I could get my hands on about Africans. You haven't seen Roots? You need to watch the whole thing. You need to watch it from beginning to end. Beginning to end. Okay? So I started reading anything I could get my hands on in Encyclopedia Britannica. Then I started reading National Geographic. Y'all remember the National Geographic magazines back in the day? I was reading them. That's when I became obsessed with Nigeria. Because that's where most of the slaves came from, West Africa. So I became obsessed with it. That's when people used to actually read. You're right. That's when people used to actually read. I became obsessed with West Africa. And then I became singularly obsessed with Nigeria. So it was always a dream for me to go there. But for me to live there for 2 years and to walk down the actual road that our people walked down to the slave ships, I walked on those roads with my feet, with my shoes off, crying the entire time. Like I could literally feel the spirit of these people walking down these roads in those shackles. to leave their home, never to see it ever again, to lose their religion, to lose their family, to lose their language, to lose everything, to be brought here and to be treated like shit. And do you know over in Africa, they don't know a whole lot about slavery? This is also why I will never go to South Africa. Because if I go to South Africa, it's going to be a problem. If I go to South Africa, it's absolutely going to be a problem. Because I cannot tolerate seeing white people in South Africa. I just can't. I can't tolerate it. I was just reading about how the Christians are being killed in Nigeria. Why isn't that on the news? Who's killing Christians in Nigeria? Who's killing them? Let's go ask Google about it. Christians killed in Nigeria. Because all of the south of Nigeria is Christian. So who's killing Christians in Nigeria? Blames Nigeria for mass murder of Christians. How? Ted Cruz, known to lie. Ted Cruz raises alarm over 50,000 Christians being killed since 2009. Ma'am, I was there, but I was there after 2009. Okay. Wasn't no 50,000 Christians being killed. Just like y'all think that there's a big war going on in Portland, Oregon right now. And they walking around right now singing on the street. They're walking around just living life. Slaughter of Christians in Nigeria being ignored because the Jews aren't involved. Christian persecution in Nigeria, 1,200 churches destroyed annually, hundreds killed. How many Muslims are being killed? Let me tell you how Nigeria is broken down. The southern half of Nigeria is Christian. The top half, the north, is Muslim. Then you got the east, and those people are Igbos. And then you got, they're still in tribes. So the top half is Muslim. The bottom half is Christian. So the bottom half has been colonized, if you will. These two in the east and the west, they're like, we're minding our business. We're still doing our traditional thing. You might have some Christians sprinkled in, right? But there's always going to be conflict in Nigeria simply because white people came in and divided Nigeria. The reason they do not ever want Nigeria to be united is because Nigeria is a giant. It is an oil-producing country. How are you an oil-producing country and you have no stable electricity? The problem that they're now having with Nigeria is China. China is investing heavily in Nigeria. Billions. Subways are being built. All kinds of modern shit is being built. New bridges are being built. I just posted those videos on my Facebook last week. They won't even show men bingo. You have to buy it. What are you talking about, Perry? What are you talking about? Okay. Hold on. Because I have hundreds, thousands, if you will, friends on WhatsApp right now that are Christian and Muslim, and none of this shit is going down. Okay? They're making something out of nothing, and I guarantee you it has a lot to do with China investing heavily in the infrastructure of Nigeria. They're going to try to find a way to pull America into some bullshit. They're trying to pull America into something that will stop China from investing in Nigeria. America is why Nigeria don't have stable electricity. Okay. All of these European nations don't want Africa to be free because they still want to steal from Africa. They still want to mine their diamonds, mine their gold, take their oil, all the shit that Africa has that all of these other nations depend upon, especially France. Okay. A lot of Chinese men are marrying Nigerian women. Yeah, they sure are. They certainly are. I saw it when I was there. Do you know that first of all, there's a Chinatown everywhere. There's a huge Chinatown in the middle of Nigeria, in the middle of Lagos. So on the outskirts of Lagos. It looks like a big ass castle, which is the entrance into Chinatown. So as I'm going down the road and I see this big structure, I'm like, what is that? And they're like, oh, that's Chinatown. Say what now? Chinatown. There's a Chinatown in every town. What they don't want is a united Africa. That's what they do not want. Exactly. They do not want Africa. Exactly. That's why they took out Gaddafi. See, y'all ain't paying attention to this whole BRICS thing and all of that. These countries are uniting against us with the help of Russia and China. All of those countries are uniting against us. We're going to be out here on our own because of oh boy. We're going to be out here on our own. What y'all think about that $20 billion that they supposedly sent to the $20 billion they supposedly sent to Argentina? What y'all think about that? No. I'm about to get off because I got pee. Come on. What you doing? What you doing? What are you doing? Juju. Fat baby Juju. Fat baby Juju. George, did you give him some snacks? I was supposed to go bowling today. I ain't had no food. I make these mugs. You can buy them on my website. First of all, mind your business. You're welcome. What time is it? It's not even 10 o'clock. What you talking about? So apparently we sent $20 billion to Argentina. Everybody's like, what the fuck are we sending $20 billion to Argentina for? And we ain't got no money to feed. We ain't giving no money to the military. They ain't got no money. They standing in bread lines. The military. Mind you, I'm a military. Oh, you got to go to church. Mind you, I'm a military mom. My son is a veteran. Jordan went to the Air Force. Okay. Jamaica is getting only 5% from the gold that Canada is mining from them. See? Good night. So everybody's like, where is this why are we sending $20 billion to Argentina? Well, somebody wrote an expose yesterday saying that the $20 billion was actually for a bailout of our Wall Street. They would rather y'all believe that they sent $20 billion to a whole other country than for you to know that Trump's policies have nearly crashed our stock market. And in order to save our stock market, they had to infuse it with $20 billion. And Jordy was like, well, why would they need that? I said, because they don't want investors to pull their money out of the stock market, because this is how the stock market crashed in 29. If y'all knew that the stock market was failing, y'all would pull your money out of it and it would fucking crash. That's why they're not telling you. Hell, gold is worth $40 an ounce now. I mean, $400 an ounce. Is it $400 an ounce? $4,000 a pound. Gold. His policies are tanking our Wall Street, and they needed $20 billion to save it. And he don't want y'all to know that because he don't want you pulling your money out. Because you would. Let me tell you what you should be investing your money in. You should be investing your money in Black Sheep Sweeps. For those of you that don't know what Black Sheep Sweeps is, Black Sheep Sweeps is a Black-owned social casino. We are building it. The targeted launch date, hard launch date, is Black Friday. This is a co-founder driven, Black-owned, because I'm Black and the majority of the people investing are Black. I'm not saying white people can't invest. Just know it's Black-owned. We've been buying white-owned shit since forever. So you shouldn't have a problem with Black-owned anything. And you should also know that anything Black-owned is excellent. Okay? Where what, Miss Jackie? Where's Black Sheep Sweeps? It's going to be online. But to find out more information and how to invest, you go to, it's an online casino. Oh, now I got the damn hiccups. Hold on a minute. I hate the hiccups. Yeah, we're building an online social casino that will have over 3,000 different casino games that you see at the casino. Now, mind you, I live in Las Vegas. There are casinos all around me, but those mugs are empty. You know why? Because people cannot afford to fly out to Vegas to gamble anymore. People cannot afford resort fees and hotel fees and flights and all that shit to come out here to our casinos. So most of the casinos now are online. Okay. Here's where Black Sheep fits in. This is also an industry we have been kept out of on purpose from ownership. Just like it's hard for anybody to own an NFL team. They've never wanted Black folks to be owners of NFL teams, have they? This is another industry we have been kept out of. But now social casinos don't require millions of dollars for building and licenses and all this other stuff. So these sweepstakes casinos blew up during COVID. So now they're making $6 billion a year just here in the US. How many Black people are making money off of that? Or are Black people contributing to the $6 billion per year? Okay. So when you become a co-founder, that means you are deciding your level of investment. However much you want to invest is how much you're going to earn. Okay. How do you earn money? You are promoting your business. Okay. You are marketing your business. You are referring your business, which is Black Sheeps. Black Sheeps. It's Black Sheep Sweeps is the casino name. Okay. So you are marketing your business to everyone that you know, your network. You're online all the time anyway. Why aren't you making some money? Right? So anytime anyone uses your code, your affiliate code, to join the platform to play in the casino, you make a percentage of every single dollar they use to buy the coins to play with. Can you start with a small investment? Yes. I suggest everyone that can afford it start with 1,000 because I think that's the most value, if you will. Okay. There are higher levels. 10,000 is our highest. You get 30% of every single dollar your referral spends every time they come to play. That is your customer, your player for life. Okay, I just posted some videos yesterday because I went to these different platforms and just saw their software, how they move, how it works, this, that, and the other. And it just gave me ideas for our platform. But our software is bomb. Okay. Bomb. It does so many things. It's going to be so exciting. So I have another meeting with my software team on Monday at midnight. Was there like in Malta, but it's 10,000. You earn 30% plus 3% profit sharing. These online casinos are making millions of dollars per month. And the way that I'm setting this up, with my goal is to have 1,000 co-founders. That means we are starting off the rip with thousands of players. No, it's not outside the US yet. The second casino will be international. The second casino will focus mainly on Africa, but it's going to be open to other countries as well. So there's no stopping us from creating a casino for Australia, a casino for this country, a casino for that region. This is just the first one. Okay. So once we start, 6 months, we're going to be opening up a new one. 6 months later, we're going to be opening up a new one. Okay. To invest, you just go to blacksheepgameroom.com. That's our info site that I put up. And it just breaks down all of the benefits of joining on each level. And you just check out through PayPal. If you guys want to use Cash App or Apple Pay or something like that, then you need to send me a direct message and I'll get, or Zelle, and I'll give you our information. But the site checks out through PayPal. Okay. We had a lot of people put in investments this week. So once we launch, the investment part is over. You will not be able to be a part of earning outside of the regular affiliate program, which is just 5%. Okay, so it goes from 10,000, 5,000, 2,500. Those three levels give you profit sharing monthly. Your percentage payouts pay out weekly. So you are creating a weekly income just from referring people to play on the platform. Okay, then we go 1,000, which is 25%, but no profit sharing. Then you have 500, $250, and $100. The 100 is just a placeholder because all of the levels will allow you to move up in your percentages over time and with ever how many people you bring in. So if you're bringing in people consistently and they're playing consistently, you're going to be able to earn more percentage as your people play. Okay, so we're setting up that program right now, so you'll know exactly how that works. I don't think I need anything from the store. Non-alcoholic beer. I got a 6-pack of non-alcoholic Corona, and it's bomb. Because as you guys know, most of you know, I don't drink. But I do like the taste of beer. So it's delicious. The site name, I got it, write it down again. Yeah, so the casino is called Black Sheep Sweeps because it's a sweepstakes casino. That's the only online casino America allows. So that means you cannot play with money. You use your money to buy coins and you play with the coins. So you have gold coins or sweepstakes coins. Now, there's always a free component to our website, which is awesome. So people that just like to test things out can play for free. But I posted the videos. I don't think I posted them on TikTok because they will flag them. They'll give me a violation. But if you go over to my Facebook or go over to the founders group, it's Black Sheep Sweeps Founders group on Facebook. That's where all the founders and people that have invested, that's where they are. Okay. So how you do it, you make yourself a Facebook group, you make yourself a Facebook page, and then all of your players will be there and you keep your players engaged. So this is where you tell them about all of our specials, all the contests that we're running, because we're going to be giving away bonuses and appliances and electronics and all these different things for leaderboards, and the best group and the group that did the most this week is going to win this and the other. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's not just going to be you going to the National Harbor and you gambling, losing your money and da, da, da. You playing online has way more benefits than you playing in a regular casino. Okay? Because you have chances to win all these other prizes and money. But the reason for me making this is because we need to have something that makes us a lot of money and fast. Right? Because there are other Black businesses that need funding. There are other Black businesses that need money to keep running or to start running. And traditionally, they're not giving us no loan money. But if you're making thousands of dollars per week, what say that you and your community don't get together to start a business? You've met people in your group that also want to build Black businesses. This is what building community is about. We have to bring our people together in order for us to have a singular vision, and that is to build Black business. I can't think of any one business right now that's going to make us as much money this fast as the gambling industry will. Because the things that continue to pay out, regardless of the economy, are vices. People are going to gamble, they're going to drink, they're going to get some hoes, they're going to use some drugs, they're going to do vices, they're going to smoke cigarettes. These are things that are recession proof. But if you're out here selling, which I was in network marketing for 35 years, if you're out here selling skincare, you're out here selling health and wellness products, the first thing that will suffer are your nice to have items. Right? It don't matter how bad the economy is, y'all gonna play the lottery, aren't you? Y'all gonna take y'all last dollar to play the lottery. If you got $10 in your account, you're gonna spend 5 of them trying to hit the lottery. That's the same reason a lot of people gamble. And so just playing on those sites yesterday, yes, you keep bringing it up. The One United Bank, I keep hearing about it. You keep bringing it up. I know about it. But I don't necessarily feel comfortable putting my money in one bank. We need 10 banks. We need 10. You know where I feel more comfortable putting my money right now? Under my mattress. I feel more comfortable burying my money in the backyard. Right now, I feel more comfortable keeping my money real close. Because if you're looking at this economy right now, it's real shaky. I don't have any info about it, but I did see it. I don't even know what city it's in. But this economy is real shaky right now. If we had to spend $20 billion to bail out Wall Street, what y'all think is coming? This might be a whole replay of when Black people had money and nobody else did. Because we didn't put our money in banks. We kept our money. This might be this all over again. Okay. So that's what we're doing. We're getting close to the cutoff of investors. I want as many people as possible to take advantage of this, because once we do the hard launch, even before we do the hard launch, we're closing it down for investors. And I want you guys to not miss out on this opportunity, because there's been too many Facebooks, too many Apples, too many Microsofts, too many of these companies that have come and gone, and we have not taken advantage of any of those. Do I still read from the book? The book is right there. We're not talking about eating by blood type right now. Okay. Are you moving away from the health industry? Why would I move away from the health industry? Y'all act like y'all can't chew gum and walk at the same time. I'm asking a serious question. Y'all cannot walk and chew gum at the same time? Just because I am building something, just because I am building something else doesn't mean that I no longer have the 3 health and wellness companies that I have. The thing that I'm building is going to take my health and wellness businesses to the next level. It costs money to put your products on Amazon. It costs a lot of money to move your products to shelves in stores. It takes money to do that. I'm asking because everyone seems to be leaving that behind. Absolutely not. That's my first love. But in order to fund my first love, I have to have money. My goal, and I said this when I first started out with Black Sheep Sweeps, was my goal was to make my products $19.99 instead of $39.99, because I could take my health and wellness business to the whole other level if all of my products are more affordable. This is your wealth building course. I want all of my products to be $19.99. Take them down to the very to where my profit don't have to be nothing. I want to practically give the products away because that's going to help more people. But I need other money to do that. So many health influencers, for lack of better. Oh, are you talking about like an MLM, like a Stormy Wellington type person? I'll never move away from health and wellness. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've been in health and wellness way too long. I care too much about the health and wellness of too many people to ever abandon that. My products are bomb. My products are bomb. Okay. But we have to start thinking in multiples. You cannot just live your life making one stream of income. As you can see, anytime the government wants to do it, they can shut down your one stream of income. Now what? Increasingly, we have way less options. We have no safety nets. They're taking away welfare. They're taking away this. They're taking away that. So what safety nets does any American have at this point? You have to diversify. Okay. I can believe that Stormy Wellington left TLC. I can absolutely believe that. My question was, why did it take you so long? It took her to feel disrespected to leave TLC. I left TLC when I saw how much they were charging for those products. That's when I left. I'm promoting our own Black-owned casino, Black Sheep Sweeps. Okay. Now you get to promote something that's not a product. You don't have to stockpile anything. You don't have to pay no auto ships. You don't have to pay no monthly fee to belong to it. It is a one-time investment of whatever level you want to earn on. $20 ain't gonna get you nothing. Say that. You may as well save that for gambling. Okay. This is another reason why I wanted to do it, because I wanted to have y'all promote something that wasn't a product. Because I have been a victim of that. Now, mind you, I'm good at that shit. When I was at TLC, I made over $250,000 my first year. Okay. So I know how to move products. That's not an issue for me, but it is an issue for a lot of other people. Okay. Let me help you out. Because you playing in the comments. We don't have time for people that play in comments. You can play in traffic, though. You can play in traffic. Okay. You didn't want to name drop? Yeah, I name drop all the time. I name drop all the time. They don't fuck with me, though. They knew me when I was there. They don't fuck with me. Because I'm the old lady that's willing to say what needs to be said. So they never came for me. They came for my people that were under me. They wanted my people to be on their team. But they never fuck with me. They had my phone number. Natalie Nicole definitely had my phone number. She got cussed out when she used it, though. She didn't use it again. There's that. I have plenty of pictures with me and Stormy Wellington. Plenty. Okay? But I certainly can believe that she left. When I left, it was because I saw how much they were charging for the products that were not working. They kept raising the prices on the products. This is why my products are called CE Organics. This is a play on cost-effective organics. Because when you're paying $8 for a box of CMOS wholesale TLC and you're selling it for over $100, and there's no real discernible health benefits, no real, I can see it with my eyes, health benefits from some gel CMOS that you sell for $100, I'm out. So I sold all my stock. I lost money in selling that stock, but it was an integrity thing for me. So CE Organics will be 4 years old in April. Because I made a promise to myself that when I leave TLC, I'm not joining another network marketing company. I'll create my own. And did. Okay. So what are we creating this time? Black Sheep Sweeps. So you can still use those same marketing skills that you have, marketing to that same network that you have, but this time you're just pushing fun and community. And you're getting paid real residual income. So you sign a person up one time and you don't even sign them up. They just use your affiliate code when they're registering. And that's your player for life. And if something happens to you, you get to pass that membership, that affiliate membership down to your kids. So you never stop earning. But if you're selling tea, you need to have that personal auto ship. They can cancel that auto ship at any time. So network marketing is not a guarantee of residual income, but you having that player for life, no matter if they come to play once a week or once a month or once a year, you still gonna earn off that same customer. So the objective is to get as many players as possible so that you earn a bigger and bigger check every week. All you're doing is spreading the word. You tell people all, girl, I really love such and such. You should try it. Girl, I'm gonna try it. Girl, I love that movie. You should see it. I'm gonna go see it. Because word of mouth is more powerful than commercials. Word of mouth is more powerful and trustworthy to your friends and your family. So you're out here saying, I played on Black Sheep Sweeps and had a great time. Did you win any money? Oh, just a little something, but I still had fun. That's what we want. Because for me, anytime I play, I like the bells and the whistles. I'm just a person that likes to see the coins and hear the noise and all that stuff. It's not about making the money for me. I just have a great time. So there are a lot of people that just like to have a great time playing games online. And they can play for free. But there are ways that those people are probably going to end up buying some coins to play for real. And that's what I love about our software. Our software motivates people that just came to play for free to play. Now, don't come for me too bad with the question, but can you do a group investment? You can do whatever you want, ma'am. You can do whatever you want. If you want to do a group investment and y'all work out your 30% take on it every week, that's your prerogative. And that's the great thing about this is you can work this business any way you want because it's yours. So if you wanted to run, because the idea that I had the other day, and this is what I'm probably going to implement, is if it were me and I were coming in, I would have my own domain, which would be the name of my group. So let's just say your group is Black Flock. Let's just use that as an example. You can make up whatever name you want, right? The Spinners. Let's just use the Spinners, right? You go and you secure the domain name, The Spinners. You now link your domain directly to Black Sheep Sweeps. So that means anytime you give your code out to somebody, it could be your domain. This is my domain and this is my code. And that person clicks on your link, goes directly to Black Sheep Sweeps, types in your affiliate code when they sign up, boom, that's your person. Make your Facebook group and your Facebook page the same name as your domain. That is your business from edge to edge to work. If you want to run ads for the Spinners, if you want to do whatever you want to make your check bigger every week, do your thing. Work it however you want to work it. Be as creative. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be as creative as I can. And I'm a creative motherfucker. But every week we're going to have contests. We're going to have a leaderboard for the groups. We're going to be doing lives with live playing. That's how you really get people engaged, is you playing online, because people love to watch other people play online. That motivates them to load up and play. We also have, chat within your groups. You could chat with your group on the platform. So everybody will get your notifications. Everybody will get what the new special is, what the hot game is. You just talking directly to your channel. Those are your people. I'm excited. I have not been excited about something in a very long time, but this is just the beginning. Now, how do I know it's successful? My niece is a millionaire. My niece has already done it. She's the one that invited me to get involved in this industry. She's been doing it for 4 years. Okay. She's 25. She's already a millionaire. From home, with 3 kids and a husband, with a house that she's already paid off, with 2 cars she's bought a brand new fucking my dream car, which pisses me off. Brand new black Escalade with cash. Y'all know that's over $100,000. So I'm already following a proven industry. However, the way that I'm setting it up, it benefits everybody. It ain't just gonna be the boss bitch at the top making all the money. That's her lane. My lane is bringing along as many people as I can. That's always been my lane. Whether that's from health to detox tea to whatever it is that I'm doing, I've always been about bringing as many people along as possible. So go over to blacksheepgameroom.com. That is our information site, and that is also where you invest. I know you may have mentioned this, but the investment tier is permanent, meaning I can move up by investing. Yes, you have until we open, you have until we hard launch to increase, and you just have to pay the difference between what you've already invested and what you want to be. So if you came in at 1,000 and you want to be a golden ram, which is 5,000, you just pay the difference. But you have until we hard launch on Black Friday to up your level. If it were me, I would buy the top level and not spend my time trying to work my way up there. If you can buy a level and not have to work your way up there, do that shit. Because there's never been one network marketing company that I've ever come in on a lower investment package. The site name again is blacksheepgameroom.com. And our group on Facebook is Black Sheep Founders, Black Sheep Sweeps Founders. That's a tongue twister. Okay. So we have a Facebook group where a lot of marketing materials, and I'm making some other instruction guides for things. The cutoff is the hard launch is Black Friday, which is November the 29th. But we're going to launch before then, a soft launch with just the founders, so that we will start playing and training ourselves on the platform so that we can get it all down, get our groups made, invite all of our players. So then when we hard launch on Black Friday, everyone's making thousands of dollars the first day. Okay. So we are also going to be testing out the software to make any improvements and things that we need to make before we hard launch on Black Friday. Because I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm not investing no money in the economy this year. I'm not buying nothing for nobody this year. I'm not giving them the satisfaction. I hope that Black Friday is just a ghost town. That's what I hope. It was a ghost town last year. I hope it's. Did y'all see the Texas State Fair? how nobody was at the Texas State Fair? Nobody. Empty. The legendary Texas State Fair was empty. They said they were charging $24 for a turkey leg at the Texas State Fair. And also, they didn't want ICE coming in and swooping people up at the State Fair, so everybody stayed home. If I didn't tell y'all before, I'm going to tell you again. We going to be back in the house. So you want to position yourself in something that's going to pay you being in the house. I'm a person that reads tea leaves. I'm a person that pays attention to the temperature outside. Okay? So I'm making sure that I create an income that's going to pay me from people being in the house playing on their phones. I work at the port and it's coming a slow season, but the tariffs will be kicking it. Yep. Y'all better start loading up on groceries too. Don't hoard them. But you need to start just slowly. When you see shit on sale, you better get it. If you can afford to get it, get it. Because you ain't going to catch me slipping like COVID caught us slipping before. COVID caught us slipping. You ain't going to catch me slipping this time. I am fully stocked. But with them trying to send troops into every city and all this old-fashioned shit that they got going on, keep your ass in the house. And if you are an essential worker, violation. Oh, I can't. Oh, sorry. I can't keep mentioning the website because I get a violation. Because TikTok won't allow you to send people to other platforms. So if I have any mods on here, can you guys please put the sites in the comment? You see how they be monitoring my shit? If I have any mods in there, can you guys please put the Black Sheep Sweeps in there in the comments? It won't pin. It won't let me type it in. Well, I can't tell you again. Well, just type it in and they can take a screenshot of it. Okay. So I'm going to go because I haven't eaten anything and I've been on here for 3 hours and 47 minutes. 3 hours and 47 minutes. This was not the plan. The plan was to come on here for like an hour and talk to y'all and then go bowling. I ain't going nowhere. Go downstairs in this kitchen, make me something to eat. That's what I'm going to do. So I probably won't see y'all tomorrow because I'm going to be bowling. And y'all going to be watching football anyway. But I'll be back on Monday. You're welcome. Man, it got heated in here today, didn't it? I love it. So maybe on Saturdays, I'm going to come in here and round y'all up. Maybe on Saturdays, I'm going to come in here and round y'all up, give y'all some history lessons. They said good night, Fat Daddy. Come here. We go. Mommy's done. You gonna say goodbye? Told y'all Fat's only, he just parkours off my chair. He never comes up here. Parkour! Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, I'm gonna come in next Saturday and cut up, but I'm gonna see y'all Monday for regular time, okay? Monday around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Around. I love y'all. I'll see y'all again soon. Bye. Bye, TikTok.